duplicated. Okay, well then don't mind that. I think it stops. At Guilty Gear Strive. Sorry, Guilty Gear X. Stops at Guilty Gear X. Okay, so don't mind everything past that. Guilty Gear XR. That is a farce. Where is it? No, there's still some stuff in here. Okay, so we'll just go over what's not duplicated, right? Hopefully I don't get fucked up too bad. Things like Smash 4 is in the mix too. Please tell me if Sony All-Stars. Nah. Did that release in 2023? I mean, that released in 2013? Let me look. I feel like that released in 2012. Because this is 2013 through 2023, guys. Yeah, that was 2012. Sorry. I mean, Cross Tekken would have been on here too, but Cross Tekken released in May of 2012. It wouldn't be until it got its update in 2013, but it doesn't really count because it didn't get repackaged. They just updated it. It was like a free update, so otherwise I would have loved to put in there, and I probably would have put Cross Tekken in like the middle tier. But yeah, let's get started in your order, chat. I think it's only fair that we start that way. Give everyone a fair shake. And it's in alphabetical order too. Again, shoutouts to Game Pressure. Under pressure. All right. So I'm going to start with one of my favorite fighting games. It was released in March 2013. March 13th, 2013. That might have been a Friday. I don't know, Friday the 13th. Darkstalkers Resurrection. Right here. Zoom in whoops. Zoom in a little bit on this. Yeah. Oh my god, NyQuil. Maybe I need to zoom out then. Okay. So Darkstalkers Resurrection, refreshed compilation of two classic two-dimensional Darkstalkers series beats. They have been enriched with new elements such as galleries, missions, as well as extended multiplayer mode. Darkstalkers Resurrection is only available in digital distribution. Which it was, yeah. It didn't get a physical release, much like Third Strike Online Edition or Marvel vs. Capcom Origins, which is what like a lot of Iron Galaxy and them were working on at the time. It's kind of what got them popular, kind of what got them into, you know, working on Killer Instinct. This was a really good edition of the game. We got a bunch of new character renders. You know, it was Darkstalkers with rollback netcode for the first time. I think this was even before Fightcade was like super popular. And I really liked it. Me and my brother played it for a good while. None of our other friends really played it that much. And it had some cool like shaders and stuff that you could do with like the classic like overlays and all that. And the presentation was really well done. Unfortunately, it didn't sell all that much. But I'm not really basing it off the sales. I'm basing it on, you know, the quality of the game. And I think before we got Capcom Fighting Game Collection, I think it was a really good attempt, or a decent attempt, to try to bring in new people into the Darkstalkers series, considering it was downloaded. But the other issue was, it was back in a time where Capcom was just oversaturating their market with fighting games. And nobody really knew what to play. Like, there was Street Fighter 2, you know, HD Remix, and then Third Strike Online Edition. Then there was Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and Street Fighter Cross Tekken 2013 that came out that same year. As well as Ultra Street Fighter 4 that was like on the horizon. And it just got overshadowed. And I think if that game sold better, we probably would have ended up seeing a Darkstalkers, a new Darkstalkers game. But I still have it on my Xbox. I still have it on my Xbox 360 on my hard drive, and much like the other Iron Galaxy re-releases, and it was good. It was good. Next we have Injustice. Injustice 1. Is that on here? Did I forget Injustice 1? Well, I might be missing more than I thought, chat. Well, we have 2 Injustices, so we'll just count one of them as Injustice 1. So that kind of works out. I played Injustice 1. I think I had it on Wii U. Yeah, I had it specifically on Wii U, which was not the best version of the game. But I thought it was alright. I thought I had a good roster. You know, I had the main, like, DC superheroes, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Flash. It even had Hawkgirl, which I was really surprised. I would actually argue, I might argue that its roster was slightly better than, Injustice 2 at the end. Because they had, like, Martian Manhunter, Zatanna, and they had Lobo, too. They even had Lobo at the end. With the exception of Scorpion. You know, terrorizing the game to the point where they had to do, like, an emergency patch. I thought it was a pretty alright attempt. For a non-Marvel, like, superhero game, and for something that was also, I think, in my opinion, better than DC versus Mortal Kombat, I thought it was okay. So, probably put that at B. Again, that's not actually Injustice 2, that's Injustice 1, because for whatever reason I didn't get a render for it. Alright, so let's move on. Oh my god. Oh, where is it? Tekken Revolution. I know I have a render for this. Where are you? Right there. The free-to-play version. So, you know what's sad? You know what's sad about this game? We probably wouldn't have gotten Tekken 7 without Tekken Revolution. Apparently that game got more downloads, or really, like, made more sales than Tekken Tag Tournament 2, which is, I don't know. Put some things in perspective. Its netcode wasn't anywhere, it wasn't even as good as Tekken Tag Tournament 2's. I think it was choppier. And you didn't even get even half the roster that existed in Tekken Tag 2. It was very much free to play. You had to buy coins, you had to buy tokens. You fought like characters like Mokujin at the end. You could boost your character. Eliza was introduced into that, and I'm glad they ported her into Tekken 7. I'm not sure if we'll ever see her again. I don't know if, like, Harada considers her to be a, you know, a mainstay, or even that popular. But I definitely grinded until I unlocked her. But in terms of the quality of the game, I don't know. I don't know. The game also had these, like, invincibility moves. Like, Law had one, Lily had one. For most characters, it was like their back, like, 1+2. And there were even these, like, really weird, like, crazy turbo modes that they introduced. And the music also wasn't that great. Whoa! I'm probably gonna put this in C. It was kind of fun, but definitely not, like, I don't know. It was a weird game. But people bought it. I mean, people played it. I only knew, like, one person, like, one player, like, pro player, or at least content creator that was playing it actively, and it was Rip, aka Level Up Your Game. So he was the person I was watching playing it while I was playing it on PlayStation 4, and I was like, oh my god. I just ramped up all the power on my characters. I didn't even go with, like, health or defense. I just want to kill everybody in one hit. Yeah, it was just kind of goofy. Next we have Dive Kick, which I didn't know got an edition, so I'm only basing it off of its launch. It's kind of the perfect fighting game because all the characters do the same thing. There's like some variation, and they added in like gems as a joke. But I think as far as the parodies go, like having Jabali and Markman and Redacted, I think this game is absolutely great. I would love to see it come back on like modern consoles. It doesn't even have to be like, you don't even have to put it in like an HD format. Just re-release it. There's not really that much else to say. It's just it's Dive Kick, man. I'll put it at S tier and shake things up. Put Dive Kick on S tier. Skullgirls! Lazy's favorite game. We're finally here. Second Encore, which did release in 2013. I think the original Skullgirls released sometime before that. Skullgirls improved an extended version of the two-dimensional fight, which debuted on consoles in 2012. The title offers a dozen or so original characters and a unique graphic design, drawing inspiration from classic cartoons, anime, and Art Deco style. The game also has an extensive tutorial. Yes! Yes! I think this was one of the... I remember this being the talk for a long time when this game released. I remember this so well because everybody was talking about how good this game's tutorial was. And I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. Skullgirls' second Encore, or even the original Skullgirls, had an insanely good tutorial. And I still think it has one of the best tutorials to this day. They teach you about frame traps, they teach you about spacing, they teach you about footsies. It's like got its own unique fighting game glossary. And that's just going for like the tutorial stuff, right? The game has a really good story mode. The characters are all intertwined, which sometimes you don't really see in fighting games. Some of the characters are like just there. But because Skullgirls has such a self-contained roster, everybody has some sort of vital history with somebody in the roster. And you can pretty much get that by playing the arcade mode. I remember when Lazy did the viewer's choice and we played through Annie and Squiggly, and I believe it was Cerebella's story. And it was like everyone intertwines. You can select your own team. You can even go solo. You can select the own format of your team, which is super sick. It has a very jazzy, sort of like, oh yeah, old school, like 2D-ish theme to it. Kind of harking back to like the 1950s. Jazz and fighting games just go together. Moments Time is a really good end credit song. I don't know why I keep forgetting to add it to my playlist. But I used to listen to that song a lot. Now what else can be said? It was one of those indie games, it was one of the first indie games that came out that really showed up the AAAs in terms of netcode. Like, this was sort of the beginning, right, of like rollback netcodes. It was like, why are these like underfunded indie games have better netcode than like the AAAs? That doesn't make any sense. So, and that trend would continue. It would continue for years and years with other fighting games, which, you know, we're gonna get into. This is a fat ass list. So we'll go on, and we're gonna be going into games that still don't have good netcode, that have sold like a bajillion copies. But we'll also go into why they don't. But yeah, we're gonna put Skullgirls pretty high. I think we're gonna put Skullgirls on S tier. And yeah, the custom assist too. The fact that you can set assists to a button, a special move. God, it's just the game has so many. There's just a lot you can do. The game has a lot of expression. You know, despite the tiers, despite what's optimal, despite what's like considered meta, it's a hyper creative fighting game. And still is. Still getting updates too. We're about to get Anne Marie, the final boss. Alright, sorry. I'm taking a sip of my coffee. What else we got here? Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma. For any Blaze Blue people out there. Okay. Where ya at? It has a specific looking cover. There we go. It's right here next to Uniclear. Alright. Moment's Time is your ringtone? Let's go. Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma. Next installment of popular Japanese two-dimensional beats. Any beasts? I think there's a grammatical error on this site. Created by the Japanese studio Arc System Works, the GOATs. The title introduces new heroes, changes to the combat system, affecting the pace of the manner of play. Like its predecessors, the game boasts an extensive fictional campaign and a visual novel. So, I played a little bit of Chrono Phantasma. A lot of my Blaze Blue experience, honestly, comes from the first game. But I do know that the updates for Blaze Blue just got better and better over time. I believe it was Continuum Shift, Chrono Phantasma, and then there's another one. But the game's got a shit ton of content. It's got a story mode that's heavily dialogued, heavily voiced. It's got English voices for like everything. It's got multiple endings. In terms of the online, I don't think it's like super great, but it works. There's a lot of color palettes that the characters can choose from. It's got a really good soundtrack. I remember I got the collector's edition for the original Blaze Blue Continuum Shift, and it just rocked. I still remember the themes. I used to listen to them so much. So I guess we might put this one at A. You'll put it at A. Yeah. OG was Calamity Trigger. Oh, you're right. Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad. Oh, yeah. The original was Calamity Trigger. My bad. There's just so many versions. There were just so many versions of the same game. And like they never made a sequel. It was basically like the anime version of Street Fighter 2. Except the changes were like much bigger. They weren't like minuscule. Oh, we have another one. Now we're moving towards November, guys. Yeah, thanks for correcting me, Lazy. November 2013. This was sometime after I graduated college. This was actually the year that I graduated college was 2013. Soul Calibur 2 Online. Oh, brother. Ugh. What a shame, man. Talk about killing the classic, right? So there were two really big issues with this game that I heard, right? And the reasons why I never picked it up. No link, right? No link. Obviously, they couldn't renew the rights for Nintendo, because Nintendo was like, no. So that was a huge bummer to me, because Link is great in Soul Calibur 2. But also heard the online wasn't very good. Which, you know, I really wanted to play Soul Calibur 2 online with my friends. But from historically, I heard that it wasn't great. But, which takes some points off for it. I think that'll probably bring it down to B already. Like B tier. But here's the thing. I still think Soul Calibur 2 is one of the best Soul Caliburs ever made. I think it would be hard to disagree with that. The HD graphics on it look really stellar. This version of the game. Great soundtrack. The roster is fantastic with the addition of not having Link. What is it? Tales of the Sword? That was in Soul Calibur 3. What's the other one? I think it's Weapon Master. The Weapon Master quest. The one that you go around and you like collect money, you do challenges. Like all that stuff is great for Soul Calibur 2. That's another game that has a lot of content with like unlockable characters and a bunch of unique extras. I think that's what still puts it at B, is the fact that it is Soul Calibur 2. Just the legacy of the game itself. But in terms of the things that it lacked, probably put it there for now. Okay. Now, oh, we're getting to the good stuff now. Killer Instinct. The Killer Instinct 1 re-release. I thought that game was fine. It's still Killer Instinct. It's just that as a rollback netcode. Solid game. Solid game. I think I put Killer Instinct 1 and Killer Instinct Gold re-release on like the same tier. Put them both at B, yeah. And now we have the creme de la creme for the list. Killer Instinct 2013, baby. D. No, not really. I'm just putting it there until I put it somewhere else. The third installment in the series of fighting games started in the 90s. This game was developed by Double Helix, creators of Green Lantern: Rise of the Manhunters, MX vs. ATV Reflex. In Killer Instinct, the player assumes the role of warriors of his choosing, fights against computer opponents or human rivals cross-platform. Playing is supported. This game has such an interesting history with its development. It's like, it can be kind of made, or I actually think it is, made into its like own series now. Its own documentaries, its own interviews, like characters being created like weeks before they're even revealed. Not that that's a bad thing, right? The game still holds up to this day. And it's still like kind of like what the shining example of how to handle a free-to-play fighting game where some have either faltered or have failed, right? Like Multiverses, for instance. I think Killer Instinct at the time had a very nuanced approach. Granted, it was disappointing at first when the only 3 characters you saw was like Jago and Saberwolf and Glacius, but the reveals that they had for the characters that would come along, especially in the first season, like Orchid and Spinal, so good, right? So good. And the game only got better from there. The game only got better as it went along, which is what you want from a continuing fighting game. And then we got an update this year. Now we have like the anniversary edition with some much needed balance changes, right? And now people are playing KI again. People are playing KI even more now. So, and like, you know, just seeing everybody so passionate about the game. I don't even play the game like that, but the hype and the energy and the positivity surrounding the title is, I don't know, it's just something else. It's really just something else. And they even added some new characters along the way. It wasn't just like all the OGs. You know, there's a bunch of new characters in there like Sadira and Hisako. Yeah. Yeah, I love this game. I love watching it. I love labbing it, even though I'm trash at it. There's a lot to learn, and I think it's really rewarding. And don't get me started on the soundtrack. Mick Gordon and Omega Sparks and everybody, the whole team involved, man, they just did a fantastic job. Probably one of the best fighting game soundtracks ever. And I would also say the same about the original Killer Instinct, specifically the killer cuts. Yo! Q! What's going on? How are you doing tonight? We're doing our fighting game tier list. So hope you're here to chat with us. Again, you guys can chime in too and let me know where you want to put these games.
Welcome to the stream.
You know, the point is to have a, the point is to have a conversation, a debate. Because again, some of these I haven't really touched all that much. But let's continue. I think that was the last game. Yeah, that was the last game of 2013, the last fighting game. Actual fighting game. Like, there were some weird ones in here, chat. Like Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, like full burst, like these actual 3D anime fighters, but they're not going in here. Saint Seiya Brave Soldiers, nah. Also, Kiyu, how was your regionals? How was the regionals? How did they go? Did you have fun? I didn't forget. Okay, let's go to 2014, guys. Also, if we have time after, we're also going to do a giveaway after this stream. I should have mentioned that before. We're going to give away after the tier list, and if we have time, we are going to play some Grand Blue. If I'm not tired. Alright. 2014. The year of our Lord. Alright. Soul Calibur Lost Swords. So, this game was interesting. I actually couldn't play this game. I tried. This game was actually really bugged the fuck out. It was another attempt from Namco to make a free-to-play version of one of their fighting games, and to, you know, kind of also try to, like, make a quick buck. But I don't know, the servers were way worse in Lost Swords than Tekken Revolution. Also, they put Taki in this game. I believe, yeah, they put Taki in this game. Taki, and there was one other character in there that wasn't in Soul Calibur 5, which, like, put a really bad taste in everybody's mouth, and people were not happy. I think this game shut down servers really quickly, way faster than Tekken Revolutions, and yeah, it just wasn't great. You can make your own character, which was cool, but, like, yeah, this game was kind of buns. I think I got, out of the 4 times I tried to play the game, I think I only got in 3 fights. That netcode was ass. So, yeah.
Bruh.
Goes down there. Alright, what's next? 2014, right? We are still in 2014. Ultra Street Fighter 4. The only reason this game existed, this final edition, was because of Cross Tekken. Cross Tekken's failure. Its unfortunate demise in sales. But hey, a lot of people reveal Ultra Street Fighter 4. It's not my favorite version. I see why everyone loves this version of the game, but Super Street Fighter 4 was my favorite, but I digress. Ultra Street Fighter 4 was the culmination of everything Street Fighter 4 had done over the past, like, what was it, released in 2009? Past 5 or 6 years? Yeah. We got Poison, we got Hugo, we got Elena, we got Rolento. We got a new mechanic, Red Focus Attack, which was insane. Basically allowed you to absorb everything. Yeah, Red Focus. Yeah, Red Focus was crazy. Especially with Geef. It was one of the best Evos, I would say. One of the best Evos I've watched was Ultra Street Fighter 4 because everybody had either like a counter pick or had like 3 or 4 different characters. If you were a character specialist in Ultra Street Fighter 4, it was very surprising. Yeah, the game had loads of content as well. Training modes, characters got a bunch of different changes. It definitely was probably one of the hardest Street Fighter games to learn, I would say, because of how many mechanics there were, right? It was mechanic rich, to kind of its own detriment at times. I remember trying to help some of my buddies get into this game and kind of like elevate their game, but it was hard. It was tough. I definitely struggled in this game a bit. I actually started having more fun with Cross Tekken than Ultra Street Fighter 4, but I think it was because the characters from the Tekken side felt more new. Yo, Fuller!
Welcome to the stream.
What's going on, bro? Oh, thank you for the welcome, Lazy. I'll give this man a shout out. What's going on, Fuller? How have you been, bro?
I'll check it out.
Finally back from Vegas? Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but I was asking how your regional trip was. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, Ultra Street Fighter 4 is kind of the penultimate version of Street Fighter 4. It just kind of has everything. Has an arcade mode, has a decent lobby system. I think one of the few lobby systems back then when it came out where you could actually spectate matches. I don't know, just pretty balanced. Even though we had the issue of like Elena and Evil Ryu, but that's more so like a meta thing. They did buff a lot of the low tiers, which I appreciated. And even now, even though I go back, there's still some really fun things to do in the game. You can spend a lot of time in training mode, just labbing things and discovering new techniques. It's a really good foundation. Well, Street Fighter 4 was also, I mean, most of you guys know this, was also the reason the FGC, you know, came back swinging. I'd probably give Ultra Street Fighter 4 an A. I'd probably give it an A. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Under Night In-Birth EXE Late? I don't have that one on here. I guess we might have to make a category of which ones I didn't play. Persona 4 Ultimax Ultra Suplex. The definitive version of Persona 4 Ultimate. This game was pretty good. I had just recently become like a Persona fan after playing Persona 4, and I thought it was fantastic. I liked the remixes. I love that they got all the voice actors back from the like original RPG. Even had a pretty solid story mode. No, netcode wasn't great. It would get better netcode later, but I thought it was all right. I thought it was cool. I'll give that one a B. Gang Beasts was a fun party game. Yeah, I love Gang Beasts. We're gonna get to that soon. I gotta see what year that was in. I think it was in 2015 or 2016 when that dropped. Let's keep going. Guilty Gear Xrd Sign. After a few years of silence, here comes yet another installment in the popular series. Guilty Gear, developed by Arc System Works, the game's biggest feature is the use of Unreal Engine, which supports 1080p, along with 3D graphics, 3D character models, the latter implemented as modified cell shading style. Yeah, so Xrd would kind of like cement what Guilty Gear's art style is going to be like later down the line. But Revelator, I think, was the most recent version, so I think we'll do that one. Put that one on the list. Because I think that's the definitive version. Again, we're doing the definitive version of the games. Most of them. So let's go to 2015. Done with 2014. 2014 also had like J-Star's Victory Versus, but I only know like 3 people that played that game. So, yeah. And it's not really like a traditional fighting game, is it? I was like, why is Batman Arkham Knight in fighting games? That's not right. DOA 5 Last Round. The most complete edition of the 5th installment in the cult fighting game series Dead or Alive. The first version of the game was released in 2012 on the 7th generation console. This game was developed by Studio Ninja, which also created some characters or some entries in the Ninja Gaiden series. A characteristic trait of Dead or Alive games are the dynamic battles with options to capture enemy attacks directed at different body parts. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with Last Round. That was probably one of the most fun DOA games that I've played. I didn't really explore the tech in it far too much outside of like just some of the basic stuff. But I liked the stages. I think the coolest thing about DOA 5 is like the counter system and the stage interactions. How you can like knock somebody off like a scaffolding or a building and then you DDT them all the way down to like the street. Or knock them down the stairs. I think DOA 5, did DOA 5, is that the one that had all of the Virtua Fighter characters? Or was that DOA 6, chat? Who's the best fighter in Virtua Fighter 5 characters? Okay, yeah, it was DOA 5. Okay, so that one, yeah, so DOA 6 definitely gets props, or 5 gets props because it had the Skibidia Virtua Fighter characters. It had Sarah, it had Akira, I think there was one other character too, but yeah. This was also the year of Mortal Kombat 10. With the rap song in the trailer. Mortal Kombat X. I think this was the game that made me like Mortal Kombat again. I've always liked Mortal Kombat. I've never disliked it. It just hasn't been like the game I've really wanted to explore all that much. But I enjoy playing it at a casual level. And with like the story and everything. This was also the game that introduced the variations. And those were sick. I thought that was a great fighting game idea because it reminded me of like the isms or grooves from like Capcom versus SNK. And I loved that shit. You also got introduced to the combat kids that Harold calls them, the Takeda, Cassie Cage. The next generation. I also like the story mode in this one a lot. Got introduced to Kotal Khan in them too. Had a plethora of single player modes as Mortal Kombat always has. And it had a decent netcode. Oh, they also introduced Alien! But that's later, that's XL. That's XL, and XL is gonna go pretty high. I'll put MKX at B tier. Put it at B. XL is gonna probably end up being on A. Just cause. Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma. Extend. Extending Phantasma. Combines elements of 2D fighting games, visual novels, follow the game's plot through dialogues. Yeah, it's pretty much an upgrade. With some newer things. So I guess we'll put that on the same tier until we get to its ultimate definitive edition. What else have we got, chat? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? I think I'm gonna have to put that in Never Played. I played the most recent JoJo's game a bit, but not this one. So yeah, there will be a never played list. It's the Eyes of Heaven, right? Yeah, this one right here. Okay. Alright, and that's it for 2015. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Eyes of Heaven was released on December 17th. Oh, that was... Damn, my bro's birthday. Now we can move on to 2016, which was the year of Street Fighter 6. Or what should have been, you know, when Mortal Kombat X came out and Street Fighter 6 came out, it should have been our fighting game renaissance once again. But we were not that fortunate. But you know what we were fortunate enough to get? Samurai Showdown 5 Special. The remastered version of Samurai Showdown 5 with rollback netcode. And that game is very good. I don't even play Samurai Showdown games like that, but this one was goated, for sure. Probably gonna put that on A tier. You know, it's a slower paced game. It's not super dynamic, but it is pretty honest, right? Pretty straightforward. I poke you, you poke me. You know, very traditional Japanese style, feudal Japan. Always dig the soundtrack for Samurai Showdown. Oh, and here we go. Here we go. I was waiting to get to this one. Street Fighter 5. Oh, brother. Figures we get to a Street Fighter song for this one. This game, man. I sold my Xbox Series X. Series X? No, I sold my Xbox One to get this. Because it was exclusive at the time. Yeah, exactly. It was exclusive for PS4. And it was the only way it was going to be made. It was the only way that Sony was going to get this game, or Capcom was going to get this game funded. And they really cut some corners. They really cut some corners. Talk about buying a $60 beta, basically. Survival mode. Story mode isn't even available at launch. The game didn't even have the ability to have full lobbies, and the netcode at launch was so dismal. Was so dismal. And you know, Capcom's faith, or the faith in fighting games from Capcom at that point was already like wavering after Cross Tekken. So this was like Strike 2 now. This was Strike 2. Strike 3, there may have even been a Strike 4, would come later. So yeah, this was a big strike. Now, I will say that I thought the roster was fine, and I thought the soundtrack in the game was good, but that can only get you so far. It also, the combos in the game also didn't really give you that much expression. There was only really one optimal way to do everything, right? And, yeah, it just, I don't know, it started to look like it was the beginning of the end for, like, the Street Fighter series again. I guess the one redeeming quality was, like, the roster, and it looked good. At least during that generation of games, it was one of the better looking fighting games besides, like, MK11. Which would come out later. MK11 and Injustice, I'd say it's definitely one of the better looking games of its time. But, again, that's subjective. I'd probably put it at C, yeah. Because it wasn't unplayable. It just lacked everything. And then, you know, the roster's cut pretty much in half. Even more so after Street Fighter 4. Strike 2, I think, came in Season 2, when they were like, okay, well, we're not getting any more legacy characters after Akuma, it's all new characters, which was like the complete opposite of what everybody wanted. The complete opposite. It's like Street Fighter was at a point where it's like, we need legacy characters to keep our players interested and to bring back everybody who, you know, who lost faith. And what? We got Colleen, we got Ed, we got the Abigail reveal at EVO. Oh, that video had so many dislikes. It was unreal. Crazy, man. Yeah, that was Season 1 and 2. Season 1 and 2 for Street Fighter V were, those were the dark, what I consider the dark times. But after that, it started to get better. It started to get a lot better. But I don't want to hark on that too much. So let's move on to the next game. Mortal Kombat XL would release a year later after Mortal Kombat 10. An expanded edition of Mortal Kombat 10 by NetherRealm, released in April 2015 as the 10th installment in the Cult fighting game series. New story, new characters. Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade's daughter. Wait, that was in the original. The gameplay mechanics were not changed significantly. It is still a 2. Yeah, it didn't change significantly, but the roster additions were excellent. Yeah, Heart Robin, I agree. I might actually put this one at A or S tier. Mortal Kombat XL is... Everyone still talks about XL, right? Everyone still talks about it. This is an immaculate version of a modern Mortal Kombat game right there, and still is.
Welcome to the stream.
It's a shame that 11 and even Mortal Kombat 1 right now kind of like struggled to be, I don't know, as revered as that one is. Mental Combat XT. Yeah. I think we can put it at S tier. I think that's fair. Also, what's up, Heart Robin? Okay. Let's move on to the next game. Oh, and they had Alien and Predator in there. Like, you really can't get any better than that, man. I remember Alien was busted. They had to, they had to nerf Alien. Or the Xenomorph. Yeah. The guest characters also made more sense in that game. I think MK11 and MKX's guest characters, I don't know, it just worked. I love Omni-Man and Homelander. It just doesn't make sense that they're in Mortal Kombat. Like, they should be in Injustice. What the fuck are they doing there? I don't know. It's just, call me crazy, call me petty. I just, Oh, Xrd Sign is in here. Oh, well that has to go on like, it has to go on A tier. Yeah. MK9 did have Kratos, but he was just banned from competitive play. Yeah, I remember those days. Already has 2 Superman characters. Yeah, but we could take out like Supergirl, right? And I think that's what people would want, I feel like. I feel like people would want to see Superman versus Homelander, or Superman versus Omni-Man. Or you could split them up, you know? You could have Omni-Man in like DLC Pack 1 and Homelander in DLC Pack 2. You know, you can split it up. But I do get your point, yeah. I do get your point. They're brutal horror characters. Just shut up, man. They wanted to see those motherfuckers brutally kill people. I guess so, yeah. I mean, Joker brutally kills people too, but he's toned down in Injustice, right? Like, have you guys seen the animated movie The Dark Knight Returns? Like, Joker's going through like the tunnel of love, just like capping people, like mortarizing them. They have to be an MK. All right, fine, you guys win. Also, what's up, Lord Bowser? Sorry, I was in the middle of my thought, my thinking cap. How are you, fam? Let me give you a shout out. Also, happy birthday.
I'll check it out.
Once again. Hope it was good. Sorry I wasn't able to play kart with y'all, but I definitely hope we can soon. I haven't talked about fighting games in a minute. I have a lot to say. That's good. That's good. This is meant to be a debate and a conversation. That's the point of a tier list, is to cause mayhem. So what you guys think about Pokken? I've kind of said all I've had to say about this game over the years. That, like, I guess I'll just be repeating myself, and guess I'll talk about it again. But here's the thing. I liked the mechanics in Pokken Tournament. I just did not like the approach they made to the roster, which is like half of the reason people play Pokemon games in the first place, right? How are you gonna have a roster? I think at this time there were about 800 Pokemon, if I'm correct. How are you gonna have a roster that big, right? And only have 16 Pokemon? What the fuck? And then not only that, you have 2 versions of the same Pokemon in there. There's 2 Mewtwo's and 2 Pikachus. Come on, man. That's an L for me. You made Dragonite an assist character, bro. That shit is unforgivable. That's a bit on the petty side. That's a bit nitpicky. But at the same time, I think my other cases are valid. They also made it an arena fighter with a really small arena. Yeah, it was really small. And I feel like the transitions from 3D to 2D, like the phases, I think they could have made those faster. It was really slow. I thought the music was good, though. And I did like that the characters or the Pokemon actually had some textures added to them. But in terms of like a game itself, I don't really think there was a lot there. The game was very shallow. I don't know, in 2016 we were getting a lot of shallow fighting games. I'll put it at C tier though. You put it in D tier? What do you guys say about Pokken? Heart says D. I say C. Then I have to think, would I play it over Street Fighter V? Probably not. Yeah, we'll put it in D tier. Tekken Rev and Street Fighter V Vanilla are in the same tier. That's so funny. As long as it's low C, yeah, it'd probably be on the lower end. But I'll put it above Soul Calibur Lost Souls. Yeah, Lost Souls might go in the very back. Definitely above Lost Swords. Or Lost Swords, my bad. Okay. Next game. Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator. The other version of Guilty Gear. They made improvements to the game, changed the game's balance, and fixed some bugs. That's not the ultimate version of Guilty Gear, is it? I guess we'll put it at here, yeah. I wasn't a huge Guilty Gear player at the time. Actually, I didn't play this version, so I guess I'll just put it here. Now that I think about it, I didn't even play it. The King of Fighters 14. Aw, man. Okay. So, this game became better towards the end. But yo, that reveal trailer, do you guys remember the reveal of King of Fighters 14? I got jump scared by it. Because of the graphics. Oh, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh god.
Bruh.
I was like, is this Maximum Impact 2? But you know what? They did make some changes. They did update the graphics and the textures over time. I have to give them benefit of the doubt. It was a return to form for King of Fighters, even though it was kind of rough for their first go at 3D KOF in like a long time, in like over 10 years. Yeah, it was kind of janky, but it was solid. It was solid. We also got Rock Howard back, which I never thought we were seeing him again. And I know it might kind of sound like Max for this, but like Rock Howard was like a big reason of why I liked Capcom vs. SNK 2. I thought that character was fucking dope. Really all of the Fatal Fury characters are sick when it comes down to it. Yeah, Rock Howard was awesome. Yeah, we can put it in B tier. And there are new original characters like they added, like the chick with the cloak, forgot her name. And then there was this other guy with like some cards or something. Those new characters, they were pretty cool. And then it made up its sales on PC. It had kind of like a second life on there. And we wouldn't have gotten King of Fighters 15 without it, so yeah. I can put that on B. Double Reppuken? Yeah. Reppuken boys. Blaze Blue Central Fiction. The definitive version of Blaze Blue. Yeah, I think this one's probably gonna have to go in S. Right? This version is well revered by many. The few, the proud, the Blaze Blue. I don't know what's gonna happen with Blaze Blue now, but I'm glad it kept getting updates over, overall. Now the roster is huge now. I think the original Blaze Blue Calamity Shift or Calamity Trigger only had 12 characters, and now the roster's like well over 20. So yeah, props to Arxis for keeping that game going for as long as they did. Yeah, I've only played a couple of games myself. I still have CS2. Yeah. But these are the ones I mostly played. I didn't play Extend, so let me put that down here too. Yeah. No, Calamity Trigger was sick. I remember I went out of my way to get the collector's edition. So I was like, oh my god, a 2D fighting game. I think this was before Guilty Gear had come back. So that was what I was playing. Probably played Calamity Trigger the most. Yeah, same. Same. It got to a point where I almost couldn't keep up with the new editions of Blaze Blue. And I think that was the... Not their problem, it was more so my problem. It was like, oh man, I can't... Which one? Which one's the new version? I don't know. I could have probably just Googled it, but yeah. Alright, and that's it. There's Xenoverse 2 in 2016. No, we're moving on. Oh man. I have an unpopular opinion about the existence of Sparking Zero and Xenoverse 2, but another conversation for another time. Alright, let's move on to 2017. We're still in the dark times of Capcom right now, but we're almost out. We're almost out. Woo! This year was crazy. Not only because of some other things that happened, but this was also the year. If you guys know it, you'll love it. Sequels coming out. Oh yeah, Rivals of Aether. Yeah. This is when platform fighters were starting to get really good. Lurking, Marvel Infinite D tier. We're close, man. We're close. Capcom 40K, the end times. Yeah, yeah. Hold on. Where's Rivals of Aether? Oh, okay. Yeah, leave it to the fans and passionate fans to create a Melee successor, or a spiritual successor to Melee, right? To the point where their Kickstarter for the second one has like pretty much like completely like blown up, but in a good way. Now they're going to be adding more characters to the roster too. Say it was alright? I think it was pretty good. On the merits of what I played, I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I'd probably play this as much as Melee. I don't know. I think we'll put it at B tier. You guys want to put it at B? Put it at B. Not super passionate about it, but it's a very good attempt. It's a B in my opinion, but I'm not as into platform fighters. Yeah, it's kind of hard, right? To stick or to stay on one more than like a week sometimes. Like with Nicktoons All-Star Brawl. Speaking of platform fighters, also thank you for the lurk, Lazy. I skipped Smash 4 again. I fucking skipped Smash 4 on 3DS. What do you guys think? Would you guys put Smash 4, the console version, over Smash for 3DS? Or would you put it on the same tier? Because to me, I feel like they're both different games. There's certain parts of the 3DS version I like better. I think their classic mode makes way more sense. And I liked Smash Run. Smash 4 for the Wii U, I felt really lacked modes. But man, the guest characters that we got were so wild, and it would continue into Ultimate. Only platform fighters still play as Ultimate. When Multiverse comes back, I'm playing that though. Same, Robin. I played 3DS one, not the Wii U one, so I don't know. Got you. Like the Wii U one had this arcade mode, or not arcade mode, the single player mode where they have these trophies. They're all in like the middle, and you fight them and then you beat them and they throw in more. You basically have to go through like all of these trophies that are fighting against you, the main characters, and eventually you get to like Master Hand. Then they have like the Master Orders, which is kind of like this roguelike mode. Then they have event matches, but that's kind of it though. It's crazy how close it was released to like Ultimate. So Ultimate just overshadows Smash 4. It's like Smash 4 like 5.0. Yeah, I'll put Smash 4 on C tier. Plus the 3DS one came out first, and I thought it was really cool to have people like get together with their 3DSs and like play on there. I remember actually watching 3DS tournaments. It was pretty hype. Where's the original Smash 4? I know I have a box art for it somewhere. There it is. Let's see. Alright. We're still in 2017. And now we have the actual Injustice 2. Injustice 2. That was the game where Catwoman was like broken at launch, and then they nerfed her into the ground. That was my character. I remember I had that crazy wall bounce combo and stuff. I played the story mode for that. I thought it was solid. I liked how they had Brainiac in there. But I didn't like the presentation as much as the first game. I wasn't too crazy about the gear system. The online was pretty alright. But the flow of battle, man. The flow of battle in the game was so snooze. Just projectiles on projectiles on projectiles and... Yeah. It was a very boring game to watch and play at times. No, I agree, Robin. I think Injustice 1 was unironically better. 2 obviously looked better. And I did like that it was more vibrant. Like, it was way more colorful. I loved the art style of 2. But, I don't know, it just didn't feel as good to play. It felt inferior in some ways. I'm trying to think about the roster. I had Gorilla Grodd. Black Canary. The TMNT characters? I guess I get some points for me there, but... Yeah. I think I'll go to B. I don't think it's bad, I think it's low B. Yeah, it's not bad, it's just kind of a boring game. We already listened to this song. Let me, fast forward it. Oh yeah, this other Injustice 2 is supposed to be Injustice 1. It's just I don't have a picture of it right now. Okay. Let's keep going. Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2. That is a game. I kind of miss it too, man. I kind of miss Xrd Rev 2. Xrd Rev 2 was excellent. I'd put Injustice 1 at A. Up there with Street Fighter 4 and Darkstalkers Resurrection? What's your argument for that? Rev 2 is better than the other Xrds. Yeah. Rev 2 is definitely better. I'll put it above Street Fighter 4. It's Street Fighter 4. Or actually, I'll put it just behind it. Yeah. Only thing that was missing at the time of its release was rollback netcode. Didn't it finally get it, though? Like, I feel like all the Guilty Gear games are all, like, have all been, like, re-released. Or at least Arxis is, like, they're all, like, retrofitting rollback netcode into their games. But, I mean, that's what SNK was doing, and it turned out very successful. Keep Injustice 1B. It's at high B. It's at high B. I don't know why I put Soul Calibur 2 Online at high B. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna go down here. Yeah, it makes a lot more sense. Okay. We'll organize the order more once we get closer to the end. I'm still biased to Injustice. It's alright, man. I mean, we'll look at all of them again once we're getting close to being finished, and a couple of these will probably be moved around, I'm sure. Ultra Street Fighter 2: The Final Challengers. I did not play this game, guys. This may come as some sort of a shock, but this is the one version of Street Fighter 2 I absolutely did not play, because I honestly did not give a fuck. It had some cool things in there, But it was not enough to get me to buy Street Fighter 2 again. Right? I do like that Bangus did the cover art for it. He did some new art, and I love Bangus, but like, game was not a banger. So I'm just gonna put it on never played. I'm not gonna judge it. I didn't play it, but if I did judge it, it would probably go in C tier. Let me search it up and make sure it's the one I played. Alright, no problem. Yeah, I never played it. I knew a lot of people, or not a lot, I knew a few people that had it. But I don't really know what all was in there besides Evil Ryu and Violent Ken. Alright. Into the real game, guys. Into the real game. Wow, I didn't realize Tekken 7 and ARMS were released so close together. Tekken 7. Tekken 7, man. At a time where we were kind of in our darkest hour, FGC-wise, Tekken 7 came and really had a turnaround for Namco. I think this was, about to be their last Tekken game. Kind of like Soul Calibur 6 was, you know, the last Soul Calibur game. Tekken 7 had a huge comeback. And you know the reason, one of the reasons why it did? Not the reason, right? But one of the reasons was because, you know, Capcom had fumbled the bag, and they would continue to do so in 2017. But Tekken 7 released as a mostly complete fighting game experience. It had arcade on launch, it had a story mode on launch, it had a bigger roster at launch, and you know, netcode wasn't great, but in terms of like the casual aesthetic, the things that were needed for a casual audience, it had everything it needed. Now, there were some things that people weren't too happy about, like the fact that Tekken Bowl, you had to pay for Tekken Bowl, and it wasn't online, and the fact that you had to pay for the frame data, which was free online. Weird Namco decisions. But other than those two things, I think their guest characters are great. I mean, they had Akuma in the game. Before, not before Street Fighter did, because the game came out in June 2017. We got Akuma, like, in January 2017 for Street Fighter 5. But we got Akuma revealed for Tekken 7 before he was in Street Fighter. And I think that pulled a lot of people too. It's just they were making all the right decisions at the time. And the game would go on. What is it? Tekken 7 sold like 7 million copies at this point. So, yeah, shoutouts to Namco Bandai for really bringing it back in a big way. Tekken 7 deserves a lot of praise. SF2 HD Remix. Oh yeah, I know which one you're thinking about. I loved HD Remix. That's one of my favorite versions of SF2. Tekken 7 with the comeback, yeah. Yeah, it's fun to play, really. It is a really fun Tekken game. In my opinion, not as fun as Tekken Tag 2, but I digress. I think it's still up there as one of the more fun Tekken games. I'm gonna put it right here. Yeah, I think it deserves to be in. I think B is fine. High B. Akuma my day 2 in Tekken 7 after Steve Fox. Word. Oh, you play 2 cheap characters. I see you, Robin. Alright. And then we have ARMS. The ARMS, me boy! The ARMS! Whew. Boy. Not every new Nintendo IP is a breadwinner, you know? Animal Crossing knocked it out of the park. Splatoon is amazing. ARMS, unfortunately, was like the third attempt at making a new IP, and I don't think it sticked. Exactly. I think it had a lot of good ideas, right? But the execution and the way to play it was like so poor. Like it just seemed like a Wii launch game, not a Switch launch game. Especially when you have games like Breath of the Wild out, and then you're also waiting for Smash, and then you play this, and it's like, what the hell is this? Now, I do think that they did a good job with their DLC practices where it was all free. I don't know if the netcode was. I don't know how the netcode was. I actually have no idea. And the character designs were really awesome, but that was just a weird game, weird approach. Again, Nintendo trying to innovate like too much. They could have just made something like simple. Maybe just made a traditional 2D fighter. Or just made the ARMS characters OC characters in Smash. I don't know. But I don't know if we're ever going to see an ARMS sequel. If anything, it'll get made into a mobile game. But I don't know if we'll see a sequel to it. Yeah, I'd probably put it at D. There's also a lot of cheap stuff in there, like throws. Throws did like way too much damage. But the characters were super unique. But didn't work in its own... Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, man. But yeah, I love the art style. I love the aesthetic of ARMS. I just don't like playing it. Alright. Under Night In-Birth EXE. Late. You late. I actually really like Under Night Birth. Late. ST. I got it. Thank you. It's from what I played and what people told me and how I feel about the game, I think it's a really good start for anime fighters if you're looking to get into them. It's based off of a visual novel by French Bread, but they've also gone down the path of like implementing rollback netcode into their games, or at least like attempting to do so. And it's pretty easy to pick up and play. It's pretty easy, not super overwhelming. It's just a fun game. It's solid. Probably give it like a B. Probably put it a bit above KOF 14 just because of ease of use. It's got a good soundtrack too. Graphics still hold up. It's that classic like 2D style. Very reminiscent of like Blaze Blue. Oh god, here we go. Here we go. Damn, Marvel vs. MVCI and Pokken were released in like practically the same week. Jesus. Alright, here we go, chat. Here we go. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Oh man. The game with the eggs. I still have those eggs. The Infinity eggs. Oh boy. I remember I was so excited when they announced this. What was it, the PlayStation Experience? And, man, what we got wasn't exactly what we expected, or needed, or even wanted. This game came out a year after it was, under a year. Make a tier under never played and name it that game. Oh man, okay, well, it wasn't that bad, right? It wasn't Soul Calibur Lost Swords or ARMS. I actually prefer 2D, or I prefer two tag character games over 3v3. I like 2v2 over 3v3. And I think it's because it's easier to manage. I like that it was free tag like Cross Tekken. I think that's a much better way to go than just have everything tied to assist and have the functions. But man, this game was such a mess. Everything outside of the gameplay was just handled poorly. The roster choices, the communication, the modes, the DLC. All the cool characters were DLC. Venom, Winter Soldier, and Sigma, and Black Widow, and Black Panther were like way more fun than anybody in the like launch roster. It was insane. But not when it's infinite. Oh, Olga, thank you for the lurk, fam. Yeah. And unpopular opinion, I liked the story. I liked it more than Street Fighter V Shadow Falls. I think it was just because it was completely nonsensical. And I liked the fact that you actually saw the Capcom characters interacting with the Marvel characters, even if it was cringe. You know, with like Dante and Iron Man giving each other a high five. We're awesome guys. Yeah. Oh man. Why did that have to be the game that Mega Man X was in, man? Why? Why? He was so much fun to play. But he had to be an infinite. Thanos sang, and I quote, the Satsui no Yeah, exactly! Like, there was some meme level shit in there. Like, some shit you wouldn't see anywhere else. It was a big fanfic. But it's like, what do you expect, right? Like, it's Marvel vs. Capcom. The IPs couldn't be any farther apart from one another. But, you know, back in the 90s, they made it work. So it was like when people say the story was bad, I was like, well, what do you want, right? Like, if anything, it should be off the chain. It absolutely should be. Have Sigma and Ultron combined with each other. I think that was the only thing that really made any sense. There was no prequel to ARMS, there was no prequel to Infinite, and Infinite let that prequel down. Yeah. So we'll put it behind Pokken. Oof, not to mention the balance at the start of the game. Oh my god, Dante and Dormammu with the thorns. You guys remember that? You guys remember that fun shit? But guess what the game had, though? It had better netcode than, like, any of the AAA games that had, like, come out. Or AAA fighting games that come out in the past 2 years. That was the crazy part. And it had, like, a really good lobby system. It's like the gameplay and online were fine. Everything else, the art style, the Chun-Li face. Thanks. Yeah, it was,
Bruh.
man. That was what, Strike 3? That was Strike 3 for Capcom. After, Abigail at EVO. Oh, boy. And then we got Pokken DX. Which I will agree is a better game. Not that much better, but it is better. It's got a slightly bigger roster, so I'll give it, you know, got Empoleon and all those other characters. Got Chandelure. Oh, I know he wasn't introduced in that version of the game, but yeah. So, it'll go on low C. I don't have too much to say about DX, because I didn't play it as much as the first one. Brawlhalla! What do you guys feel about Brawlhalla? I have never played this game. As popular as it is, or I guess as popular as it is in some parts of the world, I've never played it once. Ever. I think it's because the art style and stuff's kind of like a turnoff. The characters move really weird. I don't like how they move. But I wouldn't say that it's like bad. It's just I never tried it. Some of those 10 hours in Brawl and is still in silver. It's B tier. You say B tier? Okay. Seems you'd have some experience. Where would you put it? Would you put it in like high, low, or mid B tier? Would you put it below Smash for 3DS? You can put it in mid for now. Right there in the middle. Right there? Alright. You got it. Gang Beasts! Oh, above 8th. Oh, above 8th or above 8th. I got you. Okay, sorry. Alright. Wow, above 8th, really? That's surprising. Alright. Gang Beasts released on December 12th, 2017. A multiplayer-focused joke arcade game created by Bone Loaf, an indie studio from Great Britain. Wow, I didn't know that. More precisely, this is an unusual brawler in which characters' physics play a key role. Yeah, this is what Party Animals is like. It's basically the skeleton of Party Animals is Gang Beasts. This game is so much fun, though. This game is so much fun. I'd probably have to put it in B. I'll put it in a high B because of its fun factor. I'll put it right behind Tekken 7. But has no mechanics that make it different. Not really, no. But it's fun to like goof around. And it's super easy to understand. Like, we had this game back when I was at Koyobi. We had this game at Hot Shot sometimes, Sports Bar and Grill. And it was always a hit. Yo, Donatello 1247. Sorry, 1274. Thank you for the follow, fam. We're doing a fighting game tier list from 2013 to 2023. And I think we just finished 2017. So we're moving along.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, I know.
Welcome to the stream!
We're dropping YouTube links? Donatello, I can't click on YouTube links from, people I don't know. I'm sorry. I mean, I know you're new here, but I'm not sure if that's safe or not. Gang Beast is definitely a good Mario Kart party type game to play with friends. No, I 1000% agree. This was really fun with our friends, and so was Towerfall. Towerfall is an excellent game. Oh, we need to play that again. Why have we never played that on stream? We need to find a way to get Towerfall in here, man. I gotta see how much that is. Towerfall is good as fuck. All right, let's keep it going. I think we're done with 2017. All right, moving on. 2018, guys. The time that Capcom starts to restore its faith in humanity. Launching January 2018 with Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. The vastly superior version of Street Fighter V. And let me tell you something, guys. The trailer for Arcade Edition was really well made. It was really well made. They had that Sakura reveal, which was perfect. They told us everybody that was going to be in the roster. It seemed like Capcom had finally started to listen, right? It seemed like they finally started to listen. And remember, back in Street Fighter 4, they said that the next version of Street Fighter probably won't be out until like 2018, 2019. And I feel like this was the edition that this was the game that they wanted to release. But because of, you know, their past, you know, flub ups, you know, they had to tone down some things until they were able to make a profit. Is Champion Edition on here? Oh yeah, Champion Edition is on here, definitely. Yeah. And there's a lot to say about that one too. But bro, Arcade Edition, man, with, you know, the new V triggers and everything. Excellent. The new arcade mode where you could play through different like Street Fighter games. We also got the costumes, the Capcom costumes that you could unlock every week for free. So it was the beginning of something good. There were also some improvements to the netcode, I believe. I don't know, just overall way better handled. We also got a lot of classic stages from Arcade Edition too. There's also the season we got G and Sagat. This was also the year that Problem X won Capcom Cup. And I remember that because that shit was hype. Or not Capcom Cup, I'm sorry, Evo. He won Evo that year in Street Fighter V. And that was amazing. Problem Xu. Yeah, I'd put Arcade Edition right here. Right here, yeah. I think that makes sense. Yeah, I agree. I think it goes in B tier as well. Yeah, good stuff. Capcom's starting to turn wheels around. The wheels are turning. Things are changing. The wheel of fate is turning. Alright. Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Holy shit. This game was revealed, I think, in the same year that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite came out. And everybody had, like, lost their minds. I had lost my mind. Because it was like, Arxis making a Dragon Ball Fighters game? There's no way that this game is going to be, like, mid. And it wasn't, right? The only thing that was holding this game back was the netcode. Yeah, there was some meta stuff here along the way. But it's, like, still one of the best looking anime fighters to date. And I don't know, it just has a lot of tender love and care and like the references, the nostalgia, everything. It was just like, it was a match made in heaven. It was a match made in heaven. And gosh, I can't wait until they make a second one, if they make a second one. I would love to see it. It gave people something to wish for when it comes to anime becoming games. Yes, becoming like traditional fighters. Because yeah, a lot of what we were getting was like 3D fighters and shit. It's like, nobody wants to play those. I don't want to play those anymore. I've had my fill for those games. Those kind of games need to just like, they need to die off. S tier DBFC changed so much for the hope with anime games. Yeah, and you know, it filled that void of 3 versus 3 tag fighter, you know? You mean Naruto games? It's not just Naruto. It's Demon Slayer, it's Jujutsu Kaisen, it's My Hero Academia. It's everything, dude. I wish it was just Naruto. I wish it was just Naruto, but for a while it was. But not anymore, no. It's literally like, they're literally copy pasta games though. I couldn't give less of a fuck about those games nowadays. Yeah, oh yeah, One Punch Man 2, and I think Kill la Kill? Yeah, dude, it's fucking everything. It's like, come on, guys. And it's weird, because it's like Dragon Ball FighterZ did so well. Right? And it's gonna do even better when that netcode, when the rollback netcode shit officially drops. Because I know the beta just ended. A lot of people are gonna pick up the game again. It's probably gonna be a little bit of a resurgence. So like, yeah, I don't know. I don't. Whoever is in there making the decision to make all these games 3D needs to be fired. Like, they need to be given the boot, because it's crazy. Sorry, it's just. But yeah, back to Dragon Ball FighterZ though. I had a really good roster at the start and added a lot of super characters. They even added like the movie characters from Broly and stuff, and Cooler. And all the memes from the game are fucking great. Oh man. It's like Lithero's channel in particular really blew up once this game came out. And he's still making content for it. It's great. I'm gonna get the JJK game because it has some new mechanics. Does it? Hey guys, we got a license for a new anime fighter. Let's make it just like Ninja Storm. I know. I think it's just because those games perform so well. But yeah, it's ugh. The Gohan meme where he's looking for Goku. Yeah. There's a guy called Shimoyo, and he's still making memes for this game, and they're so fucking hilarious. I'll put it on A tier. I think the only thing that's holding this game back, and the only thing that's holding it back, is the netcode. That's it. It's the only thing that held it back, because honestly, I didn't play this game online specifically because the netcode was so ass, and I couldn't bear it. I was like, oh, I'm getting so tired of these games not having good netcode. I'll put it at A. Now, if it gets a new version, you know, it gets repackaged with all the DLC and everything, then it'll go in S tier for sure. But yeah, I'll put it at A. Okay. Tekken Mobile, nope. Dragon Ball Legends. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. Sort of a banger. The game's missing some key features, though. It also has a really ugly UI, but I guess that's kind of petty. A really good collection, a decent collection of the Street Fighter franchise, leading all the way up to Third Strike. Netcode isn't super great, but it's pretty comprehensive. It even has art, it has profiles, it has a gallery. Oh, I just wish Alpha 2 was online. Why is it Alpha 2 online? I know I could just play it on Fightcade, but that's not the point! 30th anniversary is so good. Yeah, I play it occasionally. I'll still go back and play like Hyper Fighting and stuff on it. Again, I think it's a solid collection. I think it's a solid collection. I just think they could have done a bit more for it in terms of the games that were online. And, you know, if the UI was easier to navigate. The UI is kind of confusing for me. Like the whole red and white. But yeah, it's solid. It's solid. I'd probably give it like a B. We'll put it in like high B. Yeah, I think it's B2 Heart Realm. I agree. Put it, yeah, right here. Yeah, put it right there. I think that makes sense. And it's available on everything. Steam, Xbox. You know, it's not stuck or tied to PlayStation. And it actually runs really well on the Switch. I have it on Switch and I have it on PC. So I have bought it like a couple times. And I think I bought it for a friend too. So we could play some Third Strike. But Fightcade always exists too. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. Oh my. The game where its DLC ended up being more expensive than the game itself. I did not play this game. I did not play it. It was tempting because they had thrown in like the Ruby or RWBY characters. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's not like a Japanese like specific property. So I don't know, it might blow up. It might be super popular. And it kind of was, but I don't know. I love tag games, but it didn't pull me in. You played it? What did you think? It's bad? Oh god, what was bad about it? Only thing I've really heard is that the DLC was handled in not the best way. That is the extent of my knowledge. I know every character had like a reversal, which was also kind of weird. Everyone had some sort of like get off me tool. They added a tank. I remember that. I think that was an Evo reveal too. That was Evo. Was that Evo 2018? No, I think that was Evo 2019. Bro, the tag-in was really slow, and the guest fighters had random fighters. They didn't feel unique. Oh, they were random. Random movesets. Oh. Gotta stop messing up my typing. Ah, that's all good. It happens to the best of us. Where would you say it is, then? Where would you put such a game? Cause I don't know. C tier? Not as bad as D tier. Okay. Still has the Blaze Blue charm. Yeah, still has the Blaze Blue aesthetic. Still at its core, Blaze Blue came. Fighting EX Layer! Oh my god! What an interesting story this game had. This game was an April Fool's joke. It was an April Fool's joke. But everybody liked it so much that it actually forced Arika to make it into an actual game. And you know what? It's not bad. It's not bad. It is very jank. It is very dated. But it's alright. It is alright. For an April Fool's joke made into a game, not bad. EX Fighting Layer, it's alright. I know what you're talking about. It's all the same. But yeah, I think it's a solid game. I'd probably put it in B. Probably put it in B. Just the fact that it actually became something. Combos are really hard to do for me. I could not get the hang of it. But it's nice to have like Skullomania and Doctrine Dark and Shadowgeist, Crackerjack, all those EX characters back. Didn't they remake the game? Yeah, it's basically like a remake or soft reboot, because there's some new characters in there too. And the stages look amazing. I actually really liked how the stages looked in that game. But, yeah, shoutouts to Arika. I think it's on Switch now, too. There's like a version of it on the Switch. It was free to pick up at one point. And I did not pick it up. Should have, though. I just played Terry. Oh, yeah, they did put Terry in that game. That's right. Terry crossed over. That was at a point where Terry was, like, showing up in everything. Right? And he would soon show up in Smash Ultimate, which also released in 2018. 2018 had a lot of fighting games. Like, it had Dragon Ball Fighters, it had Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. This might have been a Renaissance year. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, Fighting EX Layer, Soul Calibur 6, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yeah, 18 was an insane year for fighting games. What the fuck? Yeah. 19 was wild, or 18 was wild. 18 was fucking wild. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Blade Strangers. I did play this. This is the game that has like some of those indie characters playable. I played it at a friend's house because he was like, hey, this was a RF20XX. Shoutouts to him. Let me give him a shout out actually. Hopefully I can spell his name right. RF. Reporting from 20_XX. Hopefully that's right. No! I'll have to look up his name again. But he introduced me to this game, and we went over to his house. This is also when he was staying with like Late Shinobi, which I hope we see tonight. Blade Strangers. Oh, let me read the description for you. 2D fighting game by Japanese studio Saizen-sen, starring the characters from Cave Story, Code of Princess, Umahara Kawase. Blade Strangers features 10 playable characters with unique appearances, abilities, and special attacks, with eye-catching, scantily clad warrior girls. The combat system was inspired by the popular Super Smash Bros. Series, with also taking into account fighting game novices. Blade Stranger features several different gameplay modes. Yeah. So, Isaac from The Binding of Isaac was also in here. Yeah, the Cave Story character was in there as well. I believe there was somebody else from some other property I knew about, and I was like, what the fuck? They're in this? But it was really fun to play. I definitely enjoyed the combo structure, and I did play through the story mode. I still want to get a copy of this game. I might be able to find a copy of it at limited run. But it's good, it's solid. For a fighting game that seemingly came out of nowhere, I thought it was really neat. I'll probably put it right here. I wish we had time to look at gameplay videos too, but I know we're kind of need to move a bit faster. But I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. Oh yeah! Another game in the fighting game renaissance. SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy. I only played this game at a Potions and Pixels event, and I didn't think it was bad. It was just a game. It was definitely a game of the year. A lot of memes spawned from this. I don't know where to put it though. Like, I don't know where, like, I don't know what people consider this game to be. Because I really don't hear anyone talking about it anymore. But yeah, not every character, but a lot of the characters from SNK got, like, yassified. Yeah, right, I don't know, I don't think a lot of people played this. I gotta find someone who did.
Come back here! I'm not finished with you!
We were just talking about you, Elite. What's going on, bro?
Decision.
Welcome back. We're on our fighting game tier list. We're on 2018. We got 5 years left. Nothing much, man. We're moving down the list. We're on SNK Heroines. You know, let's just put it at never played, because I didn't play it enough to really get a chance to form an opinion, and I remember even less because I was drunk while playing it. So, yeah. Yeah, I have no scouter rating on that game. Even worse, I didn't know anyone who bought it, right? So, yeah, I don't know. All right. How was your weekend, Leet? And here we go, guys. The best-selling fighting game of all time, if you consider it a fighting game. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. Colors weave into a spire of flame. Man, what a reveal. What a time. What a game. What a legacy. Jesus, man. What can really be said about this game that nobody hasn't said before, both good and bad, right? Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is a culmination of every Smash game. Every stage, almost every stage, sorry. Every character, and is just a love letter to video games in general. It's a game where your dreams come true. Like, things that we never thought would happen, happened in this game, right? We have all three of, like, some of the biggest fighting game reps in there. We've got Terry, we've got Ryu, we've got Kazuya, we've got fucking, oh man, Banjo and Kazooie. One of the characters I've wanted in there since Melee made it in. Sora. Fucking Sephiroth, bro. Probably the best reveal ever. The Sephiroth reveal at the Game Awards. Jesus Christ, dude. This roster goes crazy. And they took out the bad mechanics of Smash, like tripping. Yup, tripping, infinite air dodging. As the game is just pretty, I'd say it's decently balanced. With the exception of Steve, right? Like, Steve and Kazuya. Besides those two, I feel like the game is pretty balanced. Almost any character in the roster can win a tournament, right? And I've seen it, like, from the results, right? Like, I never get bored watching this game because the top 8s and the top 16s are always pretty varied. A Mega Man player from South Carolina, or North Carolina, sorry, just won a DreamHack yesterday. Peebnut. So shoutouts to the homie. Dude, when you can, check your private Discord, sending something cool that happened today. Okay. Let me look at the next game. Something cool that happened. I'll check it out soon, bro. But yeah, hope you're just gonna stick around and debate some fighting games with us. But yeah, it's just the only thing, right? The only thing holding Super Smash Bros. Ultimate back from being just like... And could you imagine, guys? If this game had rollback netcode, it would probably be over for a lot of other platform fighters. It would be Joe Warida. But that's it. I mean, I guess that's Dragon Ball Fighter's issue too, right? But not for long. So yeah, I agree with you, Hart. I think it should go in S tier. I'd probably put Smash Brothers Ultimate right here. Actually. No, I'll put it behind Killer Instinct. I kind of like playing Killer Instinct more. At least nowadays. I'll put it here. Let me move Dive Kick. It still deserves to be an S tier. It doesn't deserve to be that high up. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, I think this right here makes sense. Yeah. On some of the changes they made to the characters in Ultimate was also very welcome, with like Bowser and giving Ganondorf his sword. You know, bringing Wolf and everyone back. Yeah, it's just, man. The kicking game? Yes. The game where you both dive and kick. S tier? Yeah, dude, it's the perfect game. It's perfect. You do two things. You dive and you kick. It's honest footsies. It's perfectly balanced. Putting it in S tier. It's where it belongs. I wouldn't put it anywhere else. It deserves accolades. Re-release the game. Do it, you cowards. How dare you put Skullgirls ahead? Divekick is definitely S tier. See? I'm not capping. Think about it. What's up, Darren? How are you doing, bro?
Welcome to the stream.
Skullgirls is perfect. I'll allow it. No, I'll move it back. I'll move it back. The least I'll do is move it in low S tier. Right? It didn't deserve to be up there, like, at the maximum. No one would ever take this seriously. If Divekick was at ultimate S tier, like God tier, you'd be like, what the fuck? Anyways. Moving on. Alright. We're at the year before the pandemic, guys. Moving on to 2019. Putting it behind Smash because... Wait, putting it behind because Smash has men? What? Whatever, bro. Alright. Ew, Jump Force. Alright, guys, help me out. DOA 6? What happened with this game? I feel like it just came and went. Does anyone have any, like, any information on DOA 6? I ain't got nothing. I did not play this game. Dead Not Alive 6? Yeah, just more like Dead and Arrival. No, I'm joking. I don't want to piss off any DOA fans. DOA 5 was way better. That's kind of how I felt the community felt about it. But I don't know. I just didn't play it. Ryu Hayabusa? Was he not in 6? Because wasn't he in most of them? Weird that they took him out. Which was the game that had all the costumes? Like the crazy amount of costume sales. Or it was like overwhelming. Was that 6 or was it 5 or was it both? Sometimes I forget that 6 existed. Ryu might be in 6. Let's look it up. Is he in 6? DOA 6. Largely acts in the shadows during the events of DOA 6. Acts in the shadows. He could still be in 6. That don't mean shit. I'm talking to the wiki right now. I think he is, actually. Yeah, I think he is in 6. Yeah, he's in 6. Oh, wait. I don't actually know. I think he's on the roster. Yeah, it's like... He says he's seen in the background? I only played the volleyball one. Made the right choice, lazy. Yeah, hold on. Ryu Hayabusa DOA 6. Well, let me just look up DOA 6 roster. Final roster. Should be a picture. DOA 6 characters. No, he's in here. He's on the website. Like on the official website. Maybe he was a character eventually. He might not have been there at launch. He might have been DLC. Launch with 24 characters. Following characters. No. He was there at launch, yeah. He was there at launch. Yeah, he was there. That's what Wikipedia told me. Yeah, he was there. Maybe just nobody picked him. That might have been it. Let's just put that in we never played. But I think it's unanimous that people liked 5 better. For the sake of 6, we'll put it there. Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. Battle for the Grid. This game's come a long way. It had rollback netcode. Had a solid launcher. It's much better now. Or solid roster. It got Ryu and Chun-Li. Added a few more Rangers. Added Rita. Which one had Master Chief? I think that was DOA 4, Lazy. I think that was DOA 4. You know what's funny? I just recently found out he was in there, like, only a few months ago. I was like, wait, Master Chief was in a DOA game? What in the fuck? No, it's DOA. He was in DOA. Yeah, he was in DOA 4. Exactly. I had no idea. Nah, he wasn't in Soul Calibur. Trust me, if he was in Soul Calibur, man... You didn't know about the sticky bomb throw? No, dude. Nah. Power Rangers Battle for the Grid is pretty good, though. Again, kind of fills that 3v3 void. But also has a lot of freedom and has a lot of insane combos. Can be kind of a Kusoke game. Or Kusoge. Because of how the combo structure works and some of the insanity in there. But, you know, it has the voice actors from the original show. I think it's probably one of the last games that the late Jason David Frank like voiced in. So, yeah, I'd probably give this like a B. I'll put it above Blade Strangers. Yeah. Right here. You know, it's Power Rangers. It's nostalgic. Kind of like Dragon Ball Fighter Z. And, you know, I hope its development continues for years to come. Mortal Kombat 11? Now, who played Mortal Kombat 11? I know Leet did. And I know, I'm pretty sure you did, Robin. What do you guys think about Mortal Kombat 11? As a whole. Because I believe that, the Ultimate Edition or whatever, Aftermath, only added characters. Below D? It's ass? That bad? Bruh. Damn, Robin, tell us how you really feel. Did you cover Chun-Li's face for MVCI? Yes, I did mention it. It was mentioned. How could you not? Really? Not even C? Not even low C? You'd put it at D? Damn. But would you put it below these games, though? You know, we're getting to the point where D rank can have its own sub-tiers. And people are going to think I'm a Mortal Kombat hater, but I did put XL at the top, so maybe not. Slow-ass game, grindy gear system, ass game. Zoners are better than everyone else in the game. Alright. MVCI Chun-Li walked so ugly Sonic could run. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. They tried to, at least they tried to fix her face, alright? At least they tried. I don't know why they couldn't have just taken Chun-Li's face from Street Fighter V and just, like, copy-pasted it. And Marvel vs. Capcom was kind of cheap anyway, so, I mean, why not just, like... I don't think anyone would have minded. They would have been like, oh my god! They're so lazy! It's like, but... the face is fixed, though. Alright, well, I don't know where to put Mortal Kombat 11, but it has to be better than Pokken, right? It's got to be better than Pokken. It's got to be better than MVCI. It's got to be better than ARMS. And it's got to be better than Lost Swords. People put MK11C, but I hate it. The bias is real. I honestly don't have much of an opinion on it. I played it a bit for the story and thought it was just alright. But in terms of our community... and the community, I felt like it lasted longer than your typical NRS game. Where they die in like a month. It seemed like people were playing the game for a pretty long time. Like a decently long time. It seemed like the MK game that had one of the longest longevities. Yeah. Well, they did with like Smash 4. Like Smash 4 and Smash Ultimate aren't as fast as Melee, but you know, they're still held in high regard. Yeah. Alright, fine. D tier it is. Okay. Let's do the next next game. Next game. Fantasy Strike. True, Ultimate is still good. That is very true. Ultimate is still good. Fantasy Strike. Did not play it. Not play this one. Just gonna put that here. That was that Yomi game. I did hear it was kind of weird, the mechanics in it. You don't actually, your characters don't actually have like health, they have like health bars, like 9 different health bars. Or their health bar is divided up into 9 different sections, and moves do like hit points and stuff. That's like all I know. I like the character designs. There's like a panda you could play as. Yeah. High B tier, it's fun. Alright. If you insist. Okay, so this section will be like the high B tiers. Let's put it right there. Actually, no, we'll put it behind that one. The Gambling Panda is my main. Yeah, the Gambling Panda did look cool. I was like, if I were to play this game, that's the character I would play. I would be the damn panda. Alright. We're in July right now. Shovel Knight Showdown? Yeah, 2019 was pretty light on fighting games. MK11, like, pretty much went uncontested. Below SF5? Alright. Oop. Okay. Next category. Alright, pandemic year. Damn, this year sucked. 2020. Street Fighter 5. That's mid B? Oh yeah, this is mid. Yeah. You're good. Yeah, this section of Mortal Kombat X will be mid B. This is high B, what is supposed to be Injustice 1. And then King of Fighters 14 will be B-. Street Fighter V Champion Edition. Yes! Capcom is starting to win again. And we have Gil, Seth, E. Honda, Lucia, and Poison return to the roster of Street Fighter. Lucia, obviously a new character. Yeah, again, Street Fighter V continues to get better. It continues to be a better game. And then finally got its definitive edition a year later, you know, before the reveal of Street Fighter 6. And you know what? This edition of Street Fighter V is the best edition. In fact, I think I'll put it right behind Tekken. I think I'll put it right behind Tekken 7. High B tier. I still don't think it's an A. Just because the game still had a few issues with its balancing, like Seth was insane at launch. Then Luke came out and was like a terror. But it gave us some hope for Street Fighter 6. which is going to go pretty high on this list. I'm not sure if you guys know, but it's going to go pretty high. But yeah, I think below Tekken 7 is appropriate. High B tier. High B tier. Capcom continues listening to community feedback, and just making the game better overall. New V skills. We also got, what was it called? They made Season 5, right? With Oro and Rose and all that. We got V Reversal. No, that wasn't V Reversal. What was the new mechanic called? Can't believe I'm forgetting. V Shift. There we go. Yes, we got V Shift. Which I don't know. There were some people that were complaining about it, but I think the only people who were complaining about it were people that had characters that kept you in a vortex, like Lara and Urien and Akuma. So yeah, it was definitely a welcome addition. It's just free, or not free, but get off me tool. You know, with a cost, you could use it to punish things that normally wouldn't be able to be punished. And who knows, maybe we need something like that in Street Fighter 6, perhaps. But let's let the game cook. It hasn't even been a year yet. Give it some room to breathe. Right on. It's all good, Robin. I'm seeing your comments. Under Night EXE late clear. I did not play Uniclear. Did anybody play Uniclear? If not, I'm just going to put it in did not play. I do still have my physical copy of Under Night in Birth, and I go back to it every now and then, but Uniclear didn't touch. But we got another fighting game release, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. They had the unfortunate fate, a series of unfortunate fates and events happened to this game, right? It released in the year, right on the month where everything was starting to shut down like hardcore, and got no room to shine. Didn't get any room. And because of that, kind of messed up its chances to be at EVO and to showcase itself, and you know, to really have any, you know, to have a warm welcome. But it did have its issues. You know, the netcode, some of the characters, and some of the mechanics. But a very beautiful game, and honestly one of Arxis' best looking games, if I'm gonna be real. And Rise just looks and plays even better. I'm having a ton of fun with Rise right now. But yeah, I agree. I think it should go in B. I think it's a solid. I think Versus is a solid game. I think Rising is a good game. Oh shit, you're right. I skipped Soul Calibur 6. I'd probably put it above. Yeah, I'd probably put it like right here. Put it in medium B. Column B. Okay. Yeah, let's go back. Hold on. Time machine. We need a time machine. That was year 2019, right? I think that released in late 2019? So 2018. Because that was the Renaissance year. No, released in 2018. Oh my god. Chat, I'm so sorry. I'm actually skipping games here. Give me 1 second. Yeah, Soul Calibur 6 was released in the Renaissance year. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Oh, we already have that one. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's on S tier. That game is goated. Soul Calibur 6, guys. Soul Calibur 6. I really liked Soul Calibur 6. It's now my third favorite Soul Calibur game. For me, it's like Soul Calibur 3, personally. Soul Calibur 3, Soul Calibur 2, Soul Calibur 6. Soul Calibur 6, oh man, I had so much fun with that game. If only the netcode was better. I played Nightmare at launch. He was so much fun for me. Character customization is also like off the chain. You guys remember when people were making like lizard dicks? they had to patch it out. Oh man. I also had some decent guest characters. You had Geralt, you had Haomaru from Samurai Showdown, and then you had 2B, right? Also, I think the game has a really impressive track. Return of beloved characters. Yup, exactly. After what they did with Soul Calibur 5, we finally got everybody back. And it was like a retelling of like Soul Caliburs 1 through like parts of 3. Zasalamel, Tira had returned, Setsuka, Keelik, proper Keelik, not weird clone Keelik. Yeah, I don't know what they were smoking with 5. They were not cooking with 5, but they were kind of cooking with 6. It just sucks that it was kind of like a budget title. Yeah, we got Cassandra back too. Yeah, Cassandra was also missing, and so was Taki. And they all returned. And, I don't know, the game was off the chain. Some of the mechanics that they had. The one thing that I didn't like about it, obviously other than the netcode, was Reversal Edge. I thought Reversal Edge was garbage. That mechanic needed to go. And I think it got nerfed over time, but how are you gonna have like a focus attack equivalent that you can't throw people out of? That is so weird. Who does that? Like, imagine, guys, imagine you're playing Street Fighter 4 and you focus attack someone. It's like, obviously, you know, you can grab someone out of it to break the focus attack. And it just, like, it just absorbs it. You could sidestep it, yeah, but it was, like, it was just too strong. And it was rock, paper, scissors, and if someone did it with the right character, they could kill you. Like, what was it? Astaroth? If he got the right win on the RPS, he could toss your ass off the stage and kill you instantly. And it was like, I guess I'll die. I don't know, it seemed like an unnecessary mechanic. Out of everything else that there was in Soul Calibur 6, it seemed like it just didn't need to be there. But that's me being biased. It was one of the few games where there was a system mechanic that I really did not like. That I really didn't like. Like, I like V-Trigger. I like Drive Impact. I did not like Reversal Edge. Reversal Edge, like, made me flaccid. That mechanic sucked. But everything else in the game, I think, was fine. It's unfortunate that the creator of Soul Calibur has now left Namco Bandai, so the chances of us seeing a Soul Calibur 7 or anything Soul Calibur rated is very slim. It just, like, it wasn't exciting. Oh god, I hate that mechanic, man. The mechanic just made me, like, roll my eyes every time I saw it. I would put it in high B for me personally. I'd put it in high B. I thought that game was an absolute blast. And still is. It still is. Back in the pandemic, I was watching tournaments for it a lot. That they were doing through Parsec and stuff. They had like Soul Calibur like Tuesdays or something when NLBC was still around. Yeah, man. That shit was legit. Above DOA? Yeah, I'd say above DOA. And above MKX. Okay, maybe not above MKX. Maybe I'm capping a bit there. You know what, hold on, let's do something. Let's switch. Okay, this is better. This is better. And for a while, I was enjoying it more than Arcade Edition, so yeah. Yeah, man. And yeah, I did like it more than DOA. DOA sometimes to me just feels like a lesser Tekken. So in most cases, for me personally, DOA will be below Tekken. But I digress. Sorry I skipped Soul Calibur. There was another game that I missed. For whatever reason, it wasn't in the list anywhere. In any of these lists. I don't know how it managed to avoid it, but it wasn't there. So we're gonna have to go back to it. Let's talk about them's fightin' herds. I have literally never touched this game, but I hear it's good. Basically, the devs borrowed the engine from Skullgirls and managed to take what they made with My Little Pony fighting game, and made it into something completely original, which I thought was kind of endearing. Oh, because of Ryu. I got you. So you hold it in really high regard. That's interesting. Them's Fighting Herds is good. Yeah, I know it's good. Okami one day was trying to, or not trying to, but he was trying to convince me to run a tournament for it. And I would have loved to run an online tournament for this game. But I don't play it, and I don't know the community that well. So I didn't feel comfortable like hosting an event for a game I know nothing of. But okay, Heart Ramen, as long as one person has played it, we can put it on the tier list, right? Where would you put Fightin' Herds? Our playlist actually ended a minute ago, guys. I didn't realize we were streaming, or going for that long. But we're close. We've got 3 years left. I'll say above Fantasy Strike. Alright. Where's Fantasy Strike? Where did I put that? Oh, right here. Okay. It's like right behind Arcade Edition. Nice. Alright. Damn, there's a lot of shit in B tier, Pam. All these B tier games. You gotta do a lot of good shit to be an S tier, that's for sure. S tier is like, yeah. Them's be the games. That's really it. Everything else that was released in 2020 were mainly just updates. But you know, it was pandemic time. Everybody's development processes had been pushed back by a crazy degree. But 2021 though... 2021 though... Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. Listen, guys. I haven't played a Virtua Fighter game since, like, Virtua Fighter 2, right? I didn't play VF4, I didn't play VF5 when it originally came out. But when VF5 launched Ultimate Showdown and it became, like, free for that PlayStation for, like, that 1 month, I downloaded it ASAP, and I played it. And it's a tough game. It's a tough game. But it is super fun. And I think it's even more fun to watch. I was, like, scouting for tournaments for this game. Because I wanted to see it played at, like, a high level. I love the flow of combat in the game. I just love how all the hits, everything just hits so raw. Right? It's just a raw-ass game. And it has a lot of heart and soul. Also really like the stages in VF5. I think anytime it's ever been at a major, I like try to go out of my way to watch it. I honestly put Virtua 5 Ultimate Showdown in A, I think. I'll put it in A. Just because it's a revival of a classic. And even though, you know, it doesn't have rollback netcode, I think from this point onward, this would solidify, or kind of solidify Sega, like, bringing their, like, classics back, which they're starting to in, like, a really big way. And I know for a fact that there has to be another Virtua Fighter on the horizon. There has to be. There's no way there couldn't be. Oh yeah, same. I definitely like VF5 more than VF2. Dural is scary as hell, yeah. I'm a wild player. What is his name? He has wild in his name? That's my guy right there. VF4 is my all-time fave. That's fair. I know, right? You know, they just filed more patents. For like Altered Beast and a couple of other games. What the fuck is Altered? What is a modern Altered Beast gonna fucking look like? I have no idea, dude. But Sega will find a way. They'll find a way. Jeffrey McWild. Yeah, that is a Jeffrey. I'm wild, yeah. A Streets of Rage fighting game would be sick. They've got enough. They've got more than enough characters to make one. Throw them into VF5. Make a Sega fighting game. I've been wanting them to do that for a really long time, like a Sega All-Stars fighting game. We've already done racing. We've already done tennis. Do a fighting game, man. Have Akira throw hands with Sonic. Hit Sonic with the Junin Hayundayo! Watch Sonic get chokeslammed by by Jeffrey McWild. Do it, Sega. You know you want to. Oh yeah. And then one of the fighting games that really put people on notice as far as rollback netcode. And a couple of other things too. Guilty Gear Strive. That is bullshit blazing. Yup. Guilty Gear Strive. It's not going to never play. I definitely played this game for a couple months. I tried really hard to like it. I don't like it that much. But I love watching it. I appreciate the competitive scene. I think it's a really good game for people starting out with fighters. And also another one of those anime games that's also good to start with. The problem is with it, as beautiful as the game is, and as accessible as it is, I think it does fall short in a couple of areas. The lobbies, the content, story mode. Yeah. I think we definitely have some issues there. I have some personal issues with this game that have it come up short for me. But I will say, Dormammu, I'm willing to bargain. I don't think Strive is S tier. I don't think so. As good as Smash Brothers Ultimate? And Dive Kick? Nah. Ain't nothing better than Dive Kick. Not even Darkstalkers Resurrection. Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow? Listen, man. I'd be lying to myself if I was gonna put Guilty Gear Strive at S tier. I love all the new character designs, though. The game pops off. Saying at least A tier. Listen, man, it's in high B tier, bro. Gears is better than SF5, at least. It is better than SF5, yeah. Here you go. I'll bargain with you. I'll put it at B++. It is extra exclusive. I can't put it in A. I can't put it up there with Ultra Street Fighter 4. Ain't no way. Strive right after Via 5 IMO. Wouldn't go above Injustice 1. Yeah, I wouldn't go above Injustice 1. Again, this is supposed to be Injustice 2. I'm sorry that I have like multiple Injustices in here. Okay, fine. Because Shinobi hasn't really contributed all too much in the tier list debate. So, we'll put it at A. We'll put it below VF, alright? For now. But if you weren't here, Elite, that game would be going in B++. I don't feel right putting it in A. It don't feel right. You had way more fun with Soul Calibur 6? I did. I really did. Also, Soul Calibur 6 is nostalgic for me. Guilty Gear, I don't have any nostalgia, but I have no history. Like, my history is 0. Yo! Awesome, dude! Talking about putting Gang Beasts in SS tier? It's SS tier fun. That is true. What's going on, dude? I was talking about you today, too. I'm biased towards Injustice 1. No, I hear you, dude. I also thought Injustice 1's story mode was kind of cool. They had like the QTE events in there. You had to throw the batarangs at Lex Luthor before he got close. Before he put hands on you. But yeah, awesome, dude. We're doing our fighting game tier list at 10 years. We started from 2013 and we are narrowing it down. We are in 2021. June 2021 to be exact. You have way more nostalgia with other GG? Yeah. I kind of feel you on that. But let's move on. Ninja Storm best fighter, obviously? No, dude. No more 3D fighters. I just went on a rant about those like an hour ago. Oh, God. Gang Beast is like the only one that has more than like... Well, I mean, Tekken and VF and DOA are 3D too, but you get what I mean. You get my drift. Storm 2, gosh. Oh, if Storm didn't do so good, we wouldn't have had all these. But anyway. Nicktoons All-Star Brawl. Oh, wait. Melty Blood type Lumina. Another installment of 2D fighting game series from the French-bred studios, supported by creators of the Fate series. Once again, we get heroes of Tsukihime visual novel series, but a new, refreshed story with improved combat system. Played a little bit of Melty Blood. It's alright. I'll put it at C tier. I don't really have that much to say. But I don't think I would play Melty Blood over most of these games. Probably not. It's a pretty neat anime game though, I'll give it that, but I don't know. It kind of blends together with Under Night. Like, I know it's made by the exact same people, but I'd just rather play Under Night. Melty Blood's also pretty fucking sauceless. Like, to a degree. Characters have, like, no sauce. The characters just aren't, they aren't, like, that cool. Except for Neko Arc. Neko Arc needs to, they just need to put Neko Arc in Under Night. And just... Melty Blood's also the bathroom game, for no one that knows. Expecting more people to play Nicktoons All-Star Brawl 2. Well, it's funny you mention that, because we're going to talk about Nicktoons All-Star Brawl 1.
Bruh.
Damn, son. Damn. It's not going on D tier per se, but it's going to be somewhere around this area. Where would you guys put this game? Still better than Multiverses? Awesome, dude. You're capping. You're talking about the first game better than Multiverses? How, Sway? This game released with no voices. Game had no sauce. Game, and it was really jank. And we're talking about NSA B2. Then we have an argument there. But the first one, I don't know. I don't know if you could argue the first one was better than Multiverses. That'd be a hard, that's a hard sell. You gotta be able to sell it to me. If you can't sell it to me, it's gonna be down here. Oh no, not 2. No, this is 1. We're on October 2021. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I might actually go behind Infinite, actually. Infinite had voices, had good online, and it wasn't jank, so yeah, All-Star Brawl. But those are really the only issues with it. It got better, though. It did get a lot better over time. They added Hugh, they added Jenny, added a couple of fan favorites, and then eventually they added the voices. But honestly, I feel like they just should have waited to make the sequel, which they eventually did. And then on top of that, you know, obviously you had Multiverses that released, or that was going to release later. That was like, it was so weird when it was announced because it felt like it was in direct response to NSA-B. It was very weird. It was like, kind of like how Dragon Ball FighterZ seemed like it was a direct response to MVCI, you know? Even though I'm sure that's not what happened, because like a lot of the devs communicate with each other, even when it comes to like releases, especially when they're in the same like category of like genre. But yeah, it just seemed like something was really strange about it. I hope you're right, Robin. I hope you're right. There's been some stuff going on in the background with Multiverses that I want to talk about soon. Some suspicious things. All right, we're on 2022, guys. We're almost there. The King of Fighters 15. Yeah, by the way, that's my voice, guys, in that trailer. Tell SNK to give me my royalties. King of Fighters 15, definitely a better game than 14, right? I would definitely say so. Yeah, I'd probably put it pretty high up here. Yeah. Game looked great at launch, even though, like, you know, it doesn't look good as Tekken. It doesn't look like it didn't look good as Street Fighter 5, but you could tell that they put a lot more of a budget into their graphics. And I think the game has some of the best super, or like critical arts, or what do you call those? Dramatic, was it desperation moves? Especially when it comes to like Terry and like Kyo, how it uses their symbols, like that they have in their jackets, or that they have on themselves, like the star for Terry, the Orochi symbol for Iori, and the Kusanagi symbol for Kyo. Like, I don't know. The game has a lot of, like, love and care, and you have unique character interactions. I really enjoyed the beta. It, definitely a bit on the easier side when it comes to King of Fighters. I think they did a fantastic job with 15. And I hope that trend continues with Garo, the City of Wolves. Dude, I can't wait for that game. I'll probably be buying that day one. I'm a big Garo fan. Apparently Multiverses has McDonald's toys in some countries. Yeah, that's the weird thing, right? That was the thing I was talking about. The fact that that's happening, and the fact that their Discord is like looking for mods when there's virtually been no activity in there for like a year. Yeah. It's crazy. We'll see, though. We'll see what's going on. They did say they were going to take 6 months off, and it's been roughly 6 months. So, yeah, dude. Well, I'll show you the trailer for it, or look up Garo, City of Wolves. I think it's probably going to be coming out late 2024 if I had to guess a date. If I had to pick a date for it, I'd say late 2024. Yo, Johnny! You haven't missed it, man. We're still on 2022.
Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, there's 2 trailers. There's a teaser trailer, and then there's another teaser trailer, but it shows a lot more. There's one for EVO 2022, and then there was one for EVO 2023, I believe. The chat will correct me on that. Alright. Yeah, what's going on, Johnny? Hope you had a good weekend. Where does Fortnite rank on this list? Fortnite's in a tier of its own, man. Fortnite fighting game. I wouldn't be surprised if they come out with that next, since they're doing Lego and racing. Alright, here we go, guys. Capcom Fighting Collection. Now, it's not a replacement for Fightcade. However, in terms of bringing Capcom's old library, or at least some of it, onto modern consoles, I think it was very well done. I'm glad that people can actually play Darkstalkers on modern consoles. I think it's good that we can play Red Earth that way as well. And it does have rollback netcode. It's just not quite as good as Fightcade, but it's a really good collection to have. There's a gallery mode. It's got lobbies that are pretty functional. All around, it's just a really fun collection. I'm gonna probably put this above Street Fighter Anniversary Collection, not because of its quantity of games, but because of its quality of games. For some reason, Street Fighter 2 is still on there. But, I mean, when it comes to Capcom Fighting Collection, you have to have a Street Fighter game. So, yeah. Yeah, Capcom Fighting Collection is very good. It's very good. It's gotten a lot of acclaim. I've actually given away a lot of copies of it in recent times, just so people can get their hands on it easier, you know. And it's got Pocket Fighter in there too. Yeah. No. There is an actual Garo game. Like just type in City of Wolves. Should be the first thing that comes up. We are on 2022 right now, Johnny. 2022. And then we have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star R, which I played slightly, and it's okay. I don't think it's going to get me to watch the show or play more of the game, but it's alright. I don't think it's bad. It's just I don't really have too much of an interest in it. And it's quite wacky. So... it's got sauce. It's JoJo, of course it has sauce. I guess it's just one teaser then. I remember there was an art teaser that showed like Rock Howard and Terry. And then there's one that's showing the locations of Southtown, highlighting the characters that are going to be in the game. We're kind of overdue for another trailer for that game, to be honest. Like a more in-depth one, but we'll see. And the thing is, Johnny, we're going to be debating about the tier list in its entirety after we're done. Because some stuff's probably going to get moved around. We're still in the prelims. But alright. Here we go. 2023, guys. We started out at the bottom, and now we're here. The year of my graduation to the year where I start having back problems. 2023. Stacked year. It may not seem like it. So we were in another fighting game renaissance this year, guys. Starting off with the critically acclaimed RPG, the critically acclaimed MMORPG Street Fighter 6. I don't think this game would have been nearly as good as it did if Capcom didn't take the necessary steps to change their fighting game division up. And it wouldn't have been as successful if, you know, they hadn't listened to fan feedback. And the community, right? The community, you know, trying their best, dealing with Street Fighter V over the years and keeping it alive, keeping it strong, and having it continue to grow as an IP because, you know, it's weird, right? It's weird to live in a generation of fighting games where, you know, Street Fighter just isn't doing well because Street Fighter is the fighting game. I know a lot of people will argue that Mortal Kombat's better, that Tekken is better. Some people even argue that, like, you know, like King of Fighters is better. And, you know, they have the right to do so. But Street Fighter is the hallmark of fighting games. And it earned that over its legacy over the years. And with Street Fighter 6 doing well now, I feel like it's breathed a lot of life back into the community that wasn't there before. Like, even people that dropped Street Fighter 5 came back to Street Fighter 6 and are, you know, doing, like, decently well. Of course, you know, no fighting game is perfect. Even these S-tier games that we have on our list are not perfect. But, Capcom focused on making Street Fighter 6 a video game more so than a fighting game, if that makes sense. They focused on having plentiful modes in the game, but also giving you a very good online experience. Probably some of the best online experiences we've seen in a fighting game, in a AAA fighting game, in a long time. Which is why Street Fighter 6 is going to go on S tier. And I would actually put it right above MK. Actually, no, I'm gonna put it here. SF5 got all my non-FGC friends to play and stick with it. I think it's top of S tier. I like MK more, but it's not subjectively better. Right. SF6 should have been nominated for Game of the Year. I don't know if it should have been nominated for Game of the Year, but it was my personal Game of the Year until I played Sea of Stars. Yeah. I've been playing this game non-stop. I know the honeymoon phase is worn off on some people, and some people have jumped ship to different games. But I still have a blast playing this game, and there's still so much to learn. And it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better over time. I know a little bit of the reputation has been soured for the DLC of the game, but let's be honest. It's cosmetic. You don't necessarily need it just to make your character look cool. And the people that were complaining with it bought the costumes anyway. So, like, what are we really complaining about?
Bruh.
But, yeah, I digress. It's just, you know how people are. They'll complain and then they buy things. And you end up looking like a hypocrite, right? But I will say I do hope that they change their DLC practices after the backlash a bit, you know. But yeah. Street Fighter 6, like, it's the gold standard right now for AAA fighters. But, you know, not all fighting games are created equal. In September 2023, 3 months after the trailer, by the way, we got Mortal Kombat 1. We got Mortal Kombat 1. So, I want to know what you guys' thoughts are on this game first. I need to know. I don't want to be super harsh. I mean, it's not actually going in C tier. I'm just like moving it around and everything. Don't mind that. It's not canon. It's not a canon event. Low B, high C? Yeah. I'd definitely put it above Injustice. I'd put it above a couple things. Would I put it above Grand Blue Versus and Dead or Alive 5? Probably not. I think it probably goes right in front of Power Rangers. Battle for the Grid. Like right there. Low B. Good reboot concept, but the game is forgettable. Yeah. It's unfortunate, man. So many people were looking forward to this game, and I know a lot of people are still playing it, and it's gonna get DLC support for a while because it's MK, but like, the passion for the game just doesn't seem all that there for the devs and the people still trying to hold on. Yeah, they dropped the ball in a few areas. The crossplay, the PC ports, the DLC practices, which are like really crazy. And then like the lobby system in the game. Have you guys tried lobbies in the game? Lobby systems in the game, at least at the time when I played it, were really ass. So yeah. It's like with Street Fighter V, like with a company like Warner Brothers / NetherRealm, there's no excuse. Right? There's no excuse why this game came out in the state that it was in. It's a little frustrating. Yeah, let's put it near Power Rangers. MK1 might get better with the story expansion, but for now it's not the best. Yeah, I think it's going to be another one of those cases like with Street Fighter V, and in some ways Tekken 7, where it just became a better game over time. You can only hope. It's just that it's that MK reputation, man, where like the game dies like really quick. And if it's already like this now, or like, are people even going to be sticking with it when it finally gets those updates? I guess that's the big question. I need to finish playing and watching the story because I really liked it, for the most part. All right. And, you know, my recent game that I've fallen in love with, my favorite anime game right now. Wait, hold on. I missed something. These aren't in order? Someone's capping. Hold on, I can't do Grand Blue yet. We gotta do Pocket Bravery. And God of Rock. God of Rock I didn't play, but I hear it's pretty cool. I need to give it a try sometime. It's like a rhythm-based fighting game. It's like Guitar Hero meets like Street Fighter. I think there's a demo for it. I need to give it a shot. And what was it? Pocket Bravery? Awesome indie game developed by some Hispanic developers. And its roster keeps expanding. I was actually waiting for this to come out for a while. I'll probably put it a little bit above Blade Strangers. I have to try to play it on stream sometime for you guys, so you can check it out. Met the people who worked at it at Combo Breaker. They're very nice. God of Rock sucks? Is it that bad? we'll put it on never played. We'll put it on never played. P4 Ultimate Arena, yeah, that one's right smack in the middle at P tier. It's barely a fighting game. So you're saying should it not count? I never played Fighting Climax either. What's going on there? I didn't put multiverses on here yet. We'll circle back around to multiverses. There's 2 games we need to circle back around to. Another one is Samurai Showdown. Samurai Showdown and multiverses we'll circle back around to. Alright, so non-applicable. Okay. Alright then. Damn. Alright. Sorry, God of Rock. But it's more of a Guitar Hero game with health bars. Like Music Battle. Okay. So more like Guitar Hero versus mode. I get you. Alright then. Let's go to Nicktoons All-Star Brawl. Yeah! I've been playing a bit of this game. And I actually really like this version of the game. This is like the Nicktoons All-Star Brawl we should have gotten all along. But, it's pretty good. Much bigger and better roster. It's got a really cool single-player mode with, like, a roguelike arcade. It's come a long way. It's come a really long way. And I hope it continues to get better. I enjoy playing this with some of my friends online. And, you know, give us the Ninja Turtles. Give us Leo and Mikey, please. Thank you. And Hugh. Yeah, give us Hugh back. Replace Hugh with Jimmy. Or you can keep Jimmy. Give us Hugh. And it has the slime eater. Yeah, dude, the fact that they put RCing, or Roman canceling, in like a platform fighter is nuts. And it's even crazier that it works well, right? So, yeah, I hope to see it at more tournaments. I do hope to see it played more, for sure. Yeah. Looking forward to the rest of the season that releases with it. As a slime eater, yeah, never gonna get 4 turtles all in one game. I know, dude, it's so weird. It's like, come on, man. Just put them all in. It has voice acting? Yeah, yeah. It definitely does. Yeah, we're gonna put this in B tier. I'm gonna put it, yeah, I'll put it above Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. I'll put it right there. Yeah. I think that's appropriate. Wish they can make a Tournament Fighters too. Yeah, that would be nice. Gotta talk to Warner Brothers. I think they own the rights to Turtles, right? Who owns the rights to them now? Is it Nick or Warner Brothers? I get so confused. Because of all the crossovers and shit that they have with them. Alright. 3 more games to go. Where is it? Where is it? What the flock, man? It's Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising. I really like this game, guys. I think it's my anime fighter. I finally found an anime fighter that I can enjoy. That I feel like I understand. I have control. Yeah, sure, the game can snowball a lot, like, in the heat of combat. And, there does need to be, some stuff touched up, like 66L. For those that don't know, that's the meme going around right now. There's a dash attack in the game where you're, like, +2. Light dash attack. It's pretty nuts. But, what an update, right? Not only did they add in rollback netcode, but they made a bunch of system changes. They upped the graphics on the game and made it even more accessible than it already was. And for that, I would probably... this is a tough one. Shit. I'm definitely liking this game more than Tekken. And Soul Calibur. And Mortal Kombat X and Street Fighter 5. Yeah, honestly, right now... I know it's probably the honeymooning. It'll probably get a bit lower as time goes on, but right now I'm really enjoying it. I think it just needs like maybe a couple more single player, or one more single player mode to keep me engaged, but Grand Bruise is hilarious. And the story mode's alright, right? Story mode is okay. It's like a side-scrolling beat-em-up. But it can be very snooze at times. But I love the combo system, and I love that it's super easy to pick up. And I think it's a good starting game for people that want to get into anime fighters too, along with Strive and Under Night. But I do think that the game is very much matchup centered, right? I feel like if you want to play this game at a high level, like matchup knowledge is going to be extremely important. Apparently, there's some things that you can't punish simply. Some moves and supers in this game have to be punished in a very specific way, according to Giuna, a couple people that play like fighting anime fighters a lot. But yeah, so far, having a blast. I'm making content for it. Super sick game. And if you're on the fence about it, try picking up the free-to-play version. See what you think. It's on PS5, PS4, and... sorry. PC. It has crossplay. I didn't even talk about that. That's one of the other reasons why Street Fighter 6 is up there, is that it crossplay at launch. Something that, you know, a lot of these games lack. So I may have to put Grand Blue higher. Honestly, if it were up to me, I would put it above Guilty Gear Strive, but I don't want to make anyone upset, so it will remain in B+. Them's Fighting Herds also had the side story mode. Oh, it did? Waiting for the one version of Belial to get on free version to play it. Oh yeah, the even dark Belial, Devil Jim. Eviler Belial. They switch between Warner Brothers and Nickelodeon. I know, that's why it gets so confusing. It's like, so are you guys like sharing the turtles? Someone's gotta own them. But yeah, I think the Mirage is like the main people. Alright. We've circled back around. Multiverses! Yeah, pretty much. It's just Jeddah. Eviscerate! Damn, man. I was addicted to this game when it came out. I was addicted to this fucking game. I could not get off of it. I literally could not. I think what really helped with this game, by the way, it wasn't the voices, right? It wasn't the fact that the game was a platform fighter that had voices and one did not. I think it was the turnaround of the matches, right? You could find matches so quick in this game and just get right into it. And the fact that it was like a 2v2 game, I really enjoyed. Yeah, I love the 2v2 focus. I thought that was this game's biggest strength. I played 1v1s for like the first couple of weeks, and they're okay, but it doesn't give you like nearly the same amount of satisfaction. The game is meant to be played with teams. I think you guys are saying that it needs to be in B. Damn, I wanted to put it in A. Low A though. I had a lot of fun with that game, and I played it for months. I played it until it shut down. So, I was definitely well out of the honeymoon phase when most people were. And I was still playing it. I was still having to deal with fucking broken-ass Stripe and the still broken Iron Giant. Who else was broken? Superman wasn't broken. But his gimmicks worked really well for him. I played it until after Christmas update. Soups definitely was. Yeah, he could be kind of problematic. The fact that he could just toss you and kill you, depending on where your position was, yeah. The man had a long-range command grab. Shit was so dumb. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, yeah, Rick and Morty were also kind of OD. Yeah, those characters were insane too. It definitely got to a point where there were some characters I just did not want to fight. Just cuz. Do you guys remember fighting Jake? With his stretchy box? Oh boy. That character was a menace too. I feel like everybody had their menace era. Even Wonder Woman did. Until they nerfed her. Like, how are you gonna nerf Wonder Woman, man? Give me my my broken armor install with the shield. I played Black Adam, but he was low tier. Yeah, he was pretty low tier. There were some characters he worked well with though. Oh, you played Superman Monkey Machine? Scumbag. No, I'm kidding. Scooperman, that was the name. Yeah, that was his nickname. You're right, yeah, Scooperman. Oh my god, I remember that now. Oh shit. I do miss it though. The game had a really good soundtrack. The roster was only going to get better. It's just the game blew up and the team didn't have enough manpower to meet demand, but hopefully that's changed. Hopefully that's changed. And I hope it comes back swinging. Because the game had really good netcode too. There does need to be some sort of additional defensive mechanic though if it comes back. I don't know what that would be, but there needs to be something. Because sometimes you just get mauled. Like, I think the game needs an RC. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, Monkey. Yeah, the game needs some sort of, like, Roman cancel. Because ain't no fucking way, bro. What they'll do is you'll have a team that recognizes who's the weak link, and they will just, like, you'll have, like, Batman or Harley Quinn, like, rushing them down. Yeah, they need a way to get them off. That shit was nuts. Let's see. Put it here. Oh, someone hadn't hit that all day. Holy shit. Multiverse's water tower meter? Oh, dude, you broke the water! Oh, there's so many jokes that would come off of that. I don't know if they could do that. I don't know. That might be a little too risk. You could just do a Warner meter. A water breaker, that's your combo breaker. Oh, shit. Okay. Key, if I have time, I'm probably gonna play Grand Blue after this. TBH. Probably gonna go to Grand Blue. I think this is fine, yeah. Wait. This makes sense. I'm drowning full meter. You're drowning in meter. Them's fighting herds? Yeah. Alright, there's... Gosh. I hate it, man. I'm gonna have to save it and then put the picture there. But where would you guys put the new Samurai Showdown? This is in place of Samurai Showdown. The new one that came out in what year was it? Was it 2018 when that released? Shit, I spelled it wrong. C? Yeah, I think C makes sense. I was really excited about it, and then I played it, and I was like, ah, it's okay. I think Samurai Showdown was a product of its time. Kind of. It's got rollback now, too. Is it good, though? I heard from the beta that it was not great. And they delayed it. But yeah, how is it now? I don't even think it's on this website. I'm trying to look for the year. Oh, there it is. $2019. June 25th. Okay, so it was 2019. I got you. I was just wondering, because I literally only know like one person that plays this game. He's been playing 6 recently, so there you go. Top of C? Yeah, I think that's fine. Damn, above Mortal Kombat 11? That's OD. Yeah, when I save it, I'll put the appropriate pictures where they need to be. Yeah, sorry about all the double thing, all the double titles. I didn't think that shit was gonna happen. I thought it was just gonna overwrite my original list. Oh shit, my bad. Whoops. Okay. Okay. So this is it, guys. What do you want to move around? What do you guys think is sus? What needs to go? What needs to be readjusted? Because I'm looking at some stuff now. You put SF5 over Strive? I don't know. I don't think I could put it over Strive. I could put Strive lower, but I don't think I'd put it behind 5. The SF6 logo needs to go? Yeah, I don't know why they had that specific image. It was the one they had by default, I'm sorry. Fighter Z ain't C tier? I don't think it's C tier. I think it's a very good game. Only thing holding it back is the rollback. The fact that it doesn't have it. I wouldn't say it's C tier. If anything, it's like A tier, but I wouldn't put it lower than A. I feel like I'd be capping if that were the case. Because I have fun when I play it. I think there's a lot of content in there. There's a lot of stuff to do now. Where KOF 15? KOF 15 is right here. It's considered high B. Like this section is like high B tier, like B plus, all the way to like SF5 Arcade Edition. Skullgirls S tier? Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! You'd put SF6 above Skullgirls? The thing that Skullgirls has over SF6 is the tutorial, though. FF6 does have a tutorial. There are other modes in there too, though, right? There's other things. Yeah, no, it has a pretty good tutorial mode. It does all those extra modes to learn some of the higher mechanics and shit. I don't know. SF6, yeah, SF6 in itself, the World Tour, is also its own tutorial. Even with the ones that already exist, like in Fighting Ground. I mean, yeah, but I feel like you're gonna have that with any fighting game story, really. Fighting games are repetitive in general by nature. Because honestly, all the MK stories are repetitive as fuck. I would say, XL. Oh wait, doesn't World Tour have like mini games? I don't know. I think if you play it just straight through, without doing any of the extra stuff, yeah, you could probably, I'd probably say it is tedious and lame. But if you do some of the other things, I don't think so. It's definitely like, it's definitely needs some fine tuning, right? Some upgrades. But I wouldn't say it's, I'd say it's tedious. I don't think it's lame. I would say MKXL is above MK. Is above KI? An argument can be made there. Damn. Now I kind of want to keep Skullgirls there. Just because Skullgirls was like one of the first games to do the things that modern fighting games are doing now, right? And I think that speaks volumes, right? Like, I think it did, and we're talking about launch, right? I think it did something that some of these games didn't necessarily do on launch, but they're doing, or maybe they did, but of course they came out later. And Skullgirls, its priority is that it has seniority. That's pretty much what it is. It's the seniority factor with Skullgirls. Most fighting stories are lame and vague. I appreciated 6 trying for something. Yeah, exactly. I appreciate that they did something different. And it was an indie game. Yeah, that's the other thing. It kind of set a precedent. That's why I put it so high. It set a big precedent. I don't think people really sometimes forget about with Skullgirls. I think they forget about it sometimes, to be honest. Skullgirls did a lot of shit right. So, yeah. That's why I have it so high. Like, I may not play it that much, but, you know, you gotta recognize greatness, right? Gotta recognize greatness, and Skullgirls is pretty great. Yeah, story and training mode are groundbreaking, exactly. Like, yeah. I'd appreciate art, bro. Art! XL just has to be, just has more to it. Yeah, that's true. I meant tutorial mode. Oh, yeah. I get what you mean, though. I get what you mean. No, let me put Killer Instinct 1. I don't know why these are so high. Hold on. I'm gonna put them down here. I don't know why I put them that high. I think that's just where we cover them really early, which is why they were up there. But now I'm moving them here. Alright, now this is starting to make more sense. Okay. What do you guys think about the low tier spots? About C and D? Are there any objections down here? Marvel Infinite go up? Where would it go up to? Yeah, you got kind of a point on DS Resurrection. Maybe like right here. Maybe to the back. Yeah, maybe to the back. Probably put Sam Show 5 down there too. Why is Wii U Smash over DS? That was like... That's kind of a personal thing. I personally liked the 3DS version more than the Wii U version. And I think it was because I liked the game's approach to its classic mode. Like, its single-player mode's better than the Wii U's approach. That was the main thing. If Smash Bros. Wii U's classic mode was 3DS, like if they were switched, I would have put Wii U above. But like, I don't know. Also, I think the 3DS version had better stages. You had Magic Camp, you had Gerudo Valley, you had DS Rainbow Road, right? Yeah, I think 3DS version had better stages overall. What did we get with Wii U? Yoshi's Epic Yarn? Get that shit out of here. They never brought that stage back either. It's so weird. There's a lot of Wii U stages that they did not get ported to Ultimate. No Orbital Gate from Star Fox Assault. The Donkey Kong perspective stage where you get in the barrel and shoot you to the other side, that was gone. Yeah, and the Epic Yarn stage for Yoshi, or Yoshi's Woolly World, yeah, that was gone. It's weird that they took those out. Only one of them was like gimmicky, the others were fine. Maybe with that new update we're getting for Smash next year, maybe they can add them back in as like free shit. Where did Poke-Floats go? They're cowards for that. You know what, for Poke-Floats, Smash Ultimate should go way, way down. Below Soul Calibur Lost Swords. That's unacceptable, actually. A game without Poke-Floats, not a game I want to play. Hot garbage. Oh, man. Alright, I'll put it back up. Be reasonable. You can put MK11 above the second Pokken. Okay. I like that. Dang, gang beasts on B tier. Gang. You guys think Gang Beasts should be on this list? You get an overall vote. Where's UMBC 3? It didn't release in 2013, fam. UMBC 3 came out in like what, 2020? Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. 2011. 2011, so we're off by 2 years. Just not competitive. I think it should be in C tier. I think it should be a bit lower. I don't know about putting it into C. Like low B. I know where to put it. Right there. You say under Power Rangers? I can kind of agree. Making me do the Cuphead plant thing with the hands. Yeah, it is mad fun and everybody can pick it up. I agree. Yeah, it's super easy to pick up. I always have a blast when I play it. Damn, dude. B tier is huge. tier is fucking huge. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. All these games are great in their own way. It's just that these games have some really good qualities, but there's some key elements that kind of hold them back from being truly great. Awesome Dude says it's A tier. My wallet's looking sad these days. Join the club. Bro was shaking putting that under a Power Rangers. Yeah, because I was like, I don't know if I'd play Power Rangers over Gang Beasts. That's my thing. Broke Sember? Yeah, ain't that the truth? It is the holidays. It's the most broke time of the year. But hey, tax returns coming up, guys. Tax season. It's on the way. So make sure you file your taxes. Even if you have to owe, make sure you do it, guys. Got to do it. Doing every year as long as I can remember. Gonna go see Godzilla -2 tomorrow. It's -2 on block. This means it's technically safe. Yeah. I'm playing Gang Beast over 3DS. Has better netcode than 3DS, so there you go. There's a lot of things over Smash 3DS, though. I don't know if I put Soul Calibur 2 online over Smash 3DS, though. That goes in the back. Oh, it sucks having all these Soul Calibur games, like... Except for 6. 6 is fine. I like 6 exactly where it is. Super Smash Bros. 3DS was all my senior year in high school. I played Donkey Kong and Ganondorf, Pac-Man and Ryu. I played Yoshi and Rosalina. I was apparently a tier whore, at least at the beginning of 3DS. Then they realized Yoshi wasn't that good. And Rosalina, you needed to be like a character specialist, basically to Buzz. I think he's like still the only relevant Rosalina player at the moment. I think this is a good list. Man, I really want to put Grand Blue in A tier. But I think that's like super biased. MVCI go up. Oh my god, I already put it above All-Star Brawl. I can't put it in C tier. I can't. It's against the rules, bro. Rising, yeah, I'm talking about Rising specifically. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. There we go. Shake up. Grand Blue Rising over Guilty Gear Strive. You heard it here, folks. Below Strive? Strive is Happy Chaos. I can't put it below Strive. There's my argument. As long as Happy Chaos exists, there can be no peace. Where's OGKI? OGKI is down here in B. Hater. I mean, you're not wrong. But I don't hate Strive, guys. It's just... I don't know. I really wanted to like it. I wanted to like playing it. But it's just way too snowball for me. Like, it's nuts. I also don't like the hit confirming or the hit stopping in it. Hit stopping and hit confirming feels weird as fuck in that game for me for some reason. Kind of like it does in most MK games. Hit confirming just makes absolutely no sense. Like, in my brain, it doesn't. Not that it's an issue with the game. It's just, like, personally, it just doesn't jive with me. I pass on buying it every time I see it on sale. God damn. I at least bought it. I did my part. I supported the devs. I'm gonna get it after Christmas. Nice. I'll be here, man. I'll be playing it. I bought it, but don't have any of the DLC characters. Got you. Yeah, I still have it on my PS4. I still have a physical copy of it. Yeah. Yeah, I still have a physical copy of it on my PS4. I think it's on Xbox. It was on Game Pass for a little while. I'm gonna check if it still is. Oh yeah, it is on Game Pass. That's awesome. Game hash. Wish the Anniversary Collection had a better selection for online support like Super Turbo and Alpha 2. Yeah, I was mentioning that. I would have put this a bit higher. I actually would have put it above Fighting Collection if Alpha 2 was online. But nope. They did Alpha 3. I'm not a huge fan of Alpha 3. But I think that's a nostalgia thing. I owned Alpha 2, and I played way more of it, and I never really owned Alpha 3 until the PSP days. And that was way later. So I didn't get to spend a lot of time with Alpha 3 like I did with Alpha 2. PS4 all day over here. What's PS5? Never heard of it. Yeah, pretty much the Spider-Man FF16 and soon to be the FF7 Rebirth console. Basically. And God of War. If that suits your fancy. Alright, any more objections? And no, I am not moving MVCI into C rank. I cannot do that. I cannot allow you to go any further. And yeah, again, I'll replace the pictures. I'm still weird about Injustice 1. I want to keep it up here, but I want to move it somewhere else on here. There we go. Tekken to A? If they had re-released the game with another edition, yes. But launch, since it only has one edition, which is the launch edition, unfortunately, I have to keep it on B. But it's like B++. It's an outstanding game. Should I put Tekken 7 in A? What's everyone's opinion? Awesome Dude says Tekken to A. Heart Robin says Tekken to A. I think that's the general consensus. You guys cool with that? But it's the game itself that matters, no? I mean, yeah. But some of these games I'm judging on their merit of their release. Unless there's an extended edition. Like with Arcade Edition, that's why you see Arcade Edition and Champion and Street Fighter and a lot of the Guilty Gear versions, they're on their own tier. You Put it below VF5? I like that. I like that. Yeah, let's put it below VF5. Okay. We got some more on A. I'm a little happier with that, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think this is good. So according to this list, our top 5 fighting games, the Winter Lodge's top 5 fighting games from 2023 to 2013 are Skullgirls, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Street Fighter 6, MKXL, and Killer Instinct 2023. Oh yeah, if it was Tekken Tag Tournament 2, I would put that in like high A. Like Tekken Tag Tournament would be above Rev 2. With Xrd Rev 2. I love Tekken Tag Tournament 2. That game is the bee's knees. I get why it failed. I do. But man, the game had a lot of stuff in it. It was just really fun to play. Oh yeah, 300 megabytes? Yeah, dude. Yeah, man, Tekken Tag 2 was something else. I used to have a blast playing that game. Transitioning between that and Street Fighter Cross Tekken was really nice. It's 2 pretty dope tag games. Of course, Cross Tekken later on, but yeah. I got Tekken Tag 2 and got jump scared about Online Pass. Yeah, you did mention that before. Yeah, it was super weird. Namco always does something weird, right? With Tekken. Like, they did that with Tekken Tag. They did the pay for frame data in Tekken 7, so I wonder what's coming with Tekken 8. I hope that netcode's good, man. I really do. I hear from the beta that it's slightly better than Tekken 7's. But I gotta hold out hope that they're ironing it out and making it even better. My brother calls it Tech King. So that's technically correct, weirdly enough. People didn't appreciate Tekken Tag 2. I agree, yeah. I think Tekken Tag 2 is, like, overhated. So when is my goat Alex coming back? That's what I'm saying! Bring back my Raptor boy, man. He deserves to be in the game. He didn't survive, like, 20 million years to be taken out of the roster. Shit ain't right, man. I think Alex should boycott Tekken 8. Reina is making me buy it. I think it's the mechanics that are gonna make me buy it. It's about time Tekken got something like that. Some sort of crazy mechanic to throw everything into high gear. So, yeah. Plus, there's a rumor that Roger might be coming back. Rumor has it that Alex may be returning, so I'm gonna be on my copium shit, guys. I'm gonna be snorting a lot of copium. If that character comes back, it's on. Like, I'm gonna lab the shit out of that character like I am with Anila or Anila and Luke. No one will be safe. You guys are gonna see me heat rushing into like forward 1+2. Drop kick heat rush. Oh man, it's gonna be over for you guys when Roger drops. You think they'll put in another FF character? If they do, I hope it's Jack. It better be Jack. Tifa, whatever. Put Jack in the game, man. Put Jack Garland in Tekken 8. He belongs in there. With how aggro that game is, like, it's fucking Jack. It's a Jack game. Solid tier list. Thanks, Defcon. I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys, you know, chiming in on it. Damn, it's 11, guys. Been on this tier list for 4 hours. Let's go ahead and save it. I swear I read Final Fight. Oh shit. Final Fight Revenge. I wanted Sodom Bro, but he got limited to outfits. Yeah. Ono wanted him in the game, but whatever reason, he never made it. I'm gonna have to edit it a little bit to add Injustice 1 and Samurai Showdown, but yeah. 10 years of fighting games. 2013 through 2023. Save. I'm gonna be bored as hell when you get off. I'm sorry, man. I don't want to drag it out too long. I mean, I could play some Grand Blue, but if I play Grand Blue, I'm just gonna be labbing. Unless you guys want me to play some casuals. I could do that.
Is it a 5 o'clock free crack giveaway?
Ew, Grand Blue. Man, quiet. It's a good game. I'm downloading it now. I'll watch Grand Blue. Alright. We'll do some Grand Blue. Only gonna do it until 12 though. Did I miss the giveaway? Oh yeah! I forgot. Guys, I'm doing a giveaway for a $10 Steam gift card. Happy holidays. So, I'm gonna open up Nightbot. Because I think we hit our sub goal last week, and with the sub goal, we're supposed to be giving away a gift. I don't have anything physical at the moment that I can give away, so we will just, oh shit. You guys can see my Nightbot. You guys aren't supposed to see that? Okay. There we go. That's better. Here we go. Alright, sick. Okay. So, of course, subscribers. Welcome, Nightbot. Good times 3 luck. Mods are ineligible. If you're not a mod, you're a regular subscriber, so you'll be fine. Regulars get 1 times luck. Okay. Alright, so just type in I need to get the keyword going. Just do ! Steam. Chun-Li face command. Someone has an emote, or I saw a couple emotes from that. I'm sure people still have them. So yeah, just do ! Steam, and you'll be in there. In there like swimwear. And we'll do we'll have it go at 11:15. 11:14. Give it 5 minutes. While I fire up Grand Blue.